The Rap Roundtable.
Episode 136 of New York, the East Coast, and hip-hop's #1 podcast for hip-hop. Get your ones up. The Rap Roundtable is back for the rest of you podcasts.
You niggas won!
We not no rappers. We don't come in with built-in fan bases. Everything you see here, grassroots, from the ground up. Every victory earned. Every cosign earned. Every diss in our direction earned. From the ground up, the Rap Roundtable continues to build. Whether you're a true fan, a true subscriber, or a fickle supporter who comes and goes, we love y'all all the same. It's your boy Jarv here alongside Sincere the Rap Snob, alongside Deanie the Balance, alongside the homie Mace. First time the four of us have been in the studio in a little minute. Deanie was traversing the South, living his best life, eating that good food, being in the mix, coming back with some fresh features, some new low on, you know what I mean? We see you, Dean.
Side mission Dean.
Trying to keep up with my guys, you know?
The king of the side missions himself, Deanie the Balance, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That part right there. You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. Especially Twitter. We love it there.
Right.
We love the interactions. We love the cesspool that is Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. For the OGs like us, it'll always be Twitter. No matter how much they try to make little tweaks and make it less Twitter and more X, it'll always be Twitter.
For our younger
Lock
generation.
in with us over there. The beat you hear in the background is brought to you by Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Holla at me.
Super do that.
Lock in with everybody. Got Macito here, the people's champion. Everybody loves Macito, the most loved Drake fan in the world. Macito. I just had to, I had to add a little wrinkle to the intro because I realized when I read the comments, niggas love them some Mace. The biggest support for Drake fan and during this battle was come from Macito. He himself is the only shining light for the OVO Club Paradise wing. You know what I mean? Salute to Macito on that part. And of course, we got the beacon of the Kendrick Lamar fans himself right here.
Listen.
You know what I mean? We got Malcolm X and Martin Luther King right here on the Rap Roundtable. You heard?
Nah,
we got Professor X and Magneto right here. You heard? Whatever you need, we got it. Long story short, 136. And as always, at the end of the stream, if you're catching this after the streams, hit the swipe and hype. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe option. Still need 500. I've been fronting. Y'all press play, but y'all don't hit like. Y'all don't swipe and hype. As soon as you press play, hit the like. Go swipe and hype. It's free. Everything we ask you, we didn't even ask you for your bread. We just ask you to do free shit.
Hold it down. Facts.
It rhymes. It's easy to remember. Swipe and hype.
Like, swipe, and hype.
Do that.
All that.
I mean, what a day.
Bars.
Come on, man. Lock in with the Rap Roundtable again. New York, the East Coast hip hop's #1 podcast.
Was that a multi? Is that
no, that's not a multi.
Is that a
Still bars. It's still bars though.
Count the syllables.
I watched back because we had that situation that we got jammed for. I was trying to see if we could edit it and take names out and put the clip back up, and I realized what Leroy was talking about. He was like, "Oh, we mentioned Mickey Fax's name," and when Sin mentioned Mickey Fax, he was talking about in conjunction to like the competitive comments that have been made in Kendrick's direction from Mickey Fax. Mickey Fax never really dug in his claws when it came to Kendrick, but the comments have been made in the past, and here go Leroy trying to stir some shit up. Oh, you said Mickey Fax too, bro. I just want to have a real moment, just a very real moment. All joking aside, like don't do that, because it's like we all at some point in our lives lived in the ghetto from the ghetto, right? Don't try to when niggas already got static. Don't be the nigga in the background trying to add static on top of static that's not real static.
Add it on.
When niggas don't got no problems. Because where I'm from, especially, and Mason's from the Ville too, the niggas who did shit like that ended up getting hot. Like they used to get beat up for doing shit like that. So don't do that. You know what I mean? Because we have no problems. As you can see with King Los, we have no problems owning what we do. We have no problems saying what we say. So don't come in there add it on. If we didn't say fuck Mickey Fax, we didn't say Mickey Fax can't deal with Kendrick. We didn't say nothing to that degree. Sin mentioned Mickey making comments in reference to Kendrick Lamar. That was it. So please don't do that. It was corny.
I would say maybe he's trying to jam up his ops, but are we still ops of his?
Nah.
The pendulum in capo.
He's not.
We not his eye.
Because I got love for it. Like, nigga, I like every time I see Mickey Fax,
Mickey's
like
the homie.
I like his posts on Twitter all the
Not
time.
Mickey Fax. I'm talking about Leroy.
Oh, well, he said the pendulum capo, so I'm like, we love Mickey. So it could never be no
Shout out
ops.
to
You
Mickey.
know what I'm saying?
Mickey doing a lot of big things. So shout out to him.
We love what Mick is doing. Teaching
Shout out
culture,
to
teaching
Mickey.
bars, teaching rap.
New York
Big
song,
Bronx.
by the way.
Facts, and doing it in a way that's not it don't feel nasty. Like it's not sellout vibes.
Yeah.
Like he love his shit. He love what he does.
He love the lyricism of it all, bro.
He's spreading the gospel of lyricism. We can never be mad at that.
Nah.
Never. Absolutely. And especially because we're always saying, I mean, not just us here, but like as a people, we're saying, build your own shit. You know what I mean? Like, you have colleges, universities that have long been offering classes in hip hop, and Ninth Wonder has his class. They do classes on Nas Illmatic. They do classes on Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Accredited, like
Lupe locked in.
Yeah, Lupe. Yeah. So all these universities that have long had this history in this country, but sometimes you may not need like a full university. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to build your own shit. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? Course, and that's what Mickey Fax is doing. So we love and support that.
That part right there. So please don't try to drag us in no bullshit. We do a good enough job getting ourselves in bullshit, getting ourselves out of bullshit. We don't need assists from people. Thank you. Don't do that again. Please. Because especially with you. We've had issues with you directly. And you've called my phone and I didn't change my tone. I didn't switch my energy up. I didn't cop no please. I told you exactly how I felt about you and the people you were doing business with at the time, and my tone and my energy never shifted. So don't do that in the comments, especially when it's not legit or accurate, bro. Facts. You don't got to do that. Nevertheless, the Grammy nominations are out. We know that some of y'all still pretend to not care about the Grammys unless Nas wins it, and then y'all care. Y'all full of shit. The Grammys Matters is all part of higher echelon music, and the highest echelon credits you can get as far as art goes, not culture, art goes. It's from the Grammys, whether you like it or don't like it. It is what it is. We didn't make the rules. That's just what the rules are. We don't have any more black award shows. There's no Source Awards. The BET Awards is the only. And the thing is, the BET Awards, I never take the award seriously. Is that a thing? Is that
still around?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it in a bit. Yeah. I feel like BET Awards, I won't call it a cloud award, but I don't take a lot of the nominees in certain categories seriously. Like that whoever's doing it is not plugged in enough for me to trust them. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the Culture Awards. We don't have the Platform Awards. Before, we used to care about a Source Awards or a Double XL Award, some type of award. Fuck. I take a Rap City Award now. Shit. You don't even got a Complex Award.
Give me something.
MTV Awards used to matter when MTV played music. The VMAs, whoever was the poppin' rapper would get that VMA, get a 10-minute set performance, all that. Right. So we really don't have that anymore. It's really the Grammys now. It is what it is. So with those nominations, some people we expected. Some surprises. So I'm going to clear out the way. Sincere the Raps now was the person who brought that information to us. So I'll let him lay it out the way he laid it out to us in the group chat. So Sincere, let's talk about it.
Because listen, like you said, every year Grammy nominations drop and everybody starts talking about it. I'm like, aren't y'all the same people that the rest of the year kept saying the Grammys don't matter, we don't care about no Grammys, until the nominations drop. And then like it's a hot button topic. You know what I mean? So at least we keep it real over here. You know what I mean? Every year we're going to talk about the Grammys. We're going to talk about who is nominated for the rap categories and who in rap is nominated for the non-rap categories. So let's go through it. We're going to start off with Best Rap Song. We got Glorilla for TGIF and Doechii for Anxiety. Shouts to the ladies. They repping.
Salute.
You know what I mean? We got Clips with The Birds Don't Sing. We got Kendrick and Lefty Gunplay with TV Off. That's heavy. And then we got Tyler with Sticky. Also heavy. Those are all heavy nominations. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like right off rip. Best Rap Performance. We got, which, the Grammys, you know how they do. Like they slice up and divvy up different categories, different ways. So Rap Song and Rap Performance, not sure exactly what the difference is, but it's a different category, so let's go through it. Cardi B, Outside. Then Clips, Chains and Whips. Clips and Kendrick, Chains and Whips.
Right.
Doechii, Anxiety. Kendrick and Lefty Gunplay again with TV Off. So Kendrick got 2 nominations in that one category. And then Tyler with Tizo Touchdown for Darling I. Then we got Best Rap Album. Actually, I'm going to come back to Best Rap Album because there's one more. Best Melodic Rap Performance. We got Friday and Meek Mill, Proud of Me.
That's a tough joint.
We got JID, Wholeheartedly with Ty Dolla $ign and Black, or Six Lack, however you want to pronounce it. We got Kendrick and SZA, Luther, of course, heavy rotation all year. Yeah. We got Terrence Martin, Kenya Dixon, and Rhapsody with We Mage. Okay. And then
okay is that?
Nah, I'm.
Yo, salute the terrorist mark, man.
We know the Grammys is usually gonna have a few songs that we might not have crossed our desk, you know.
Yeah, you know, joints. So that that's one of those nominations. So shouts to them. No slander. You know what I mean? And then Party Next Door with Drake. Somebody Loves Me. Shouts to Drake. You know what I mean? You got his one little nomination in there. Go. That's what's up.
Shout out Party, because I think from what I read, it was Party that had submitted that.
Yeah, Drake doesn't submit his
Oh, that's true. I guess that's why they put his name first on the thing.
Notice that, right?
Yeah.
Being observant and whatnot.
Then, you know, we get to Best Rap Album. That's the big dog there. Clips. Let God Sort 'Em Out. Round of applause for Clips, man. Yeah. I'm so happy that they nominated for Best Rap Album. Then Glorilla, Glorious, JID, God Does Like Ugly. Then we got Kenny, of course, with GNX, and Tyler with Chromacopia. Those, I mean, three out of those we kind of saw coming already. Tyler, Kenny, the Clips. Yeah. Still, you know, super happy that the Clips is in there. But Glorilla and JID rounding it out. That's a good lineup there too. So shout out to the Grammys for this year, kind of being a little bit more tapped into like what the people are feeling and what the culture is feeling. These are good nominations. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what? This is one of the rare times, and it kind of speaks to where rap is right now. Where in the past, where certain sounds were the dominant sound, then you look at the Grammy noms and you'll see like maybe 2 names or 2 albums that belong there, and a couple of like abstract or like overground projects that round out the nominees.
D-Smoke, I see you.
Right. Meanwhile, you turn the radio on and you're hearing a certain sound dominate the areas, but they're not getting treated as high art. Yeah. This is a good sign for rap in a moment where people are talking about charts, and we'll get to that in a second. That shows that like rap is fixing itself. I even saw a tweet that said that if you haven't noticed, rap has gone back underground. And not necessarily underground as far as not known, but it's like even when we were coming up, like rap wasn't known as a popular genre. Yeah. It was kind of, by pop music and mainstream standards, rap was an underground genre that gained popularity. It was treated as like a subculture, if you will.
Alternative type.
Right. Yeah. So now that we're seeing that a lot of the fluff, a lot of people who were household names are not landing music the way it needs to be landed. And you look at that list, a lot of regions represented, a lot of sounds represented.
Facts.
This is a good sign for rap that people that we know chose to make music that resonated with them as artists. They didn't chase a wave. Right. They didn't chase a sound. They just made some fire shit. And the Grammys, on a rare occasion, this is lottery, nigga. 5 acts that we know, love, that make good music, all nominated for Grammys after they submitted their project. This is a step in the right direction, son.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Let me just finish this off.
Oh, there's more. My bad.
Well, but because those are all the rap categories. But then outside of the rap categories, we want to talk about Album of the Year with the likes of Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Gaga, so on and so forth. But Clips fully nominated for Album of the Year. Love to see it. Love to see the recognition. Kendrick Lamar also up there, and Tyler is also up there. But again, what a fucking year for Clips, man.
Yeah.
Love to see the recognition. Love to see the hard work pay off. The rollout, all the media that they've done, all the interviews. They just dropped a new one with GQ, which was kind of somewhat of the opposite from what I'm seeing of their previous interviews, where like Pusha T was like the front man. Yeah. I think Malice got a lot of stuff off of his chest and was able to articulate a lot of his thoughts in this particular interview with GQ. I just love everything that Clips has done. Like this is an absolute master class in rollout, executing the album, and then even after the album drops, continuing to support the album, continuing to promote the album, putting out more visuals and doing more media, and it's paid off for them. I love to see it, man.
Showing how to do it the right way. And before I hear from Deanie and Mace, because I gotta hear from my guys. I got an issue with what you just said, Sen.
What do you mean?
You said doing it the right way and promoting the music and things.
I didn't say doing it the right way.
You did. No, I'm not. Just hear me out. Right. Stay with me. It's not no pause. We're not pausing anything. You didn't say anything wrong.
I'm saying you said you had an issue
with what you said, not with you. Per se, not you.
Okay.
It's an issue with the rapper. So you said they did it the right way, and they did.
Okay.
But after the fact, because as much as I love the Clips, and as much as I love Pusha T in particular, before the rollout found his stride, he did try to use the old beef trope, drumming up old shit with Travis Scott and all of that. Eventually, the rollout found its footing. So, because it's like, and thing is, I saw it on the socials, and he said it himself. He said, I'll take the blame for that. If they want to criticize me for that, so be it. It's not a lie. But if you want to criticize me for it, I'm okay with that. And it's like, I got to criticize you because you made this fire project, and your initial inclination was to drum up beef in order to get people talking. Because, of course, we know it works. We know the battling works. We know that is outside of rappers passing away, which you don't promote, the best way to get interest from your music is to diss somebody. And it just goes to show that, Push, you didn't even have to do that, because notice as soon as the rollout found its footing, no one asked about Travis Scott. He didn't casually mention Travis Scott. In fact, we went back to talking about the Jim Jones bars. You know what I mean?
True.
So trust your art, Pusha T. You didn't even have to go that route. And that's why he's wearing it. Because he knew it was like, I didn't even have to do that.
No petty.
And you giving niggas like Big Teeth Consequence a platform to even try to call you out your name. Right. Had you just stayed honest and earnest with the art that y'all put out there, we would have never been in this situation. So I just got to call him out for that, because in hindsight, you didn't have to do that shit.
Facts.
Look where you at now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But also, who cares what Consequence thinks?
But yeah, I mean, not even try. But anyway, Deanie, your thoughts on the Grammy layout? Hearing these names, where we at with this? Is this a win for hip hop? Can hip hop care about the Grammys?
I think it's masterful. I think this is the closest in years the Grammys have got it to a point where the real culture can actually be like, yo, y'all are onto something. Y'all mentioned it before, the regions, man. Clips from VA, Glow from Memphis. We got JID from Atlanta. We got Kenny and Tyler from the West. So it's a diverse selection. It's not Macklemore.
And all of these names, none of these albums sound like the other.
Nothing like.
I agree.
Nothing like. All different sounds, all different vibes, tones, lyricism. Just I'm really happy about this. I'm really happy for the Clips. We've been talking about it for years, how great these guys are. Best duo on the world contention. I just feel like,
don't tell Bomani that.
Yeah, hey, bro, take it easy over there. Hey. But in terms of just the execution of it all, the build up, the rollout, as Sin said. Then we get the actual album, which is fire. And then the continuation of the roll. Bro, they've been everywhere. They've been at One Music Fest. They if you check their gram, they're loaded, bro, between the Louis Vuitton shit, the music,
don't forget the Vatican.
The Vatican, bro, like some shit we've never seen before.
WNBA player to get motion on the socials either. They just made music,
and it's all been through the tunes, bro. It hasn't been like, hey, these guys just look cool in Louis Vuitton. It's just all been like attributes from being so great at the music, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. As far as the rap performance, I love them on that with Kendrick. I hope to see that happen. I hope they get that. I'm really excited for these guys. It's been
a Kendrick GNX. Let God show them out. Said that the Grammys might go crazy. 10-minute stanza, and they close it off with their collab at the end.
They'll be in New York December 30th too. So shout out to those guys.
Kenny live in Brooklyn, don't he?
I thought it was uptown.
I thought he had like a little apartment in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Brooklyn?
Yeah, it's Brooklyn.
We're doing pull-ups in Harlem though. But yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm actually excited for Glow too. Like this has been the happiest I've like seen a female rapper do, and I've outside of Rhapsody because she did exceptional last year. But then I'm like, yo, like she deserves to be in these boxes, bro. None of these things was forced. TGIF was a hit amongst like the world, bro. I seen it through in. You know what I'm saying? The young people loved it, the older people loved it, and I think that's the thing about a lot of these records. Like, not only did the young gravitate to them, the older folks was fucking with them too. I heard these played out of many cars. I heard these played at barbecues. Like, just in the streets, and I'm loving this because this is, I don't want to say street because I'm not saying Glow is street, but this is like the most like.
I mean, but she kind of
It's
is.
street. It's
Okay,
street.
okay.
She hood.
What's going to call a lady street? Then?
I mean, when I say I'm talking about usually niggas getting clapped and shit like that.
Oh,
but you know,
okay.
like hustling
The
and shit.
actual
No.
Like
Whoa.
That's
hood.
I don't
Hood might be a better term.
I don't
Yeah,
mean to cut you
yeah,
off,
yeah.
but it's crazy because I was having that same thought and like internal like conversation with myself earlier today about like street versus hood, or street versus like, you think street, you think drug dealer, you think like, you know,
There you go.
violence, you think like gun clapping.
And I didn't want to say ratchet. I didn't want to take it
Right.
to the ratchet.
Right. So, but it's still, there's still street elements. It's still,
Yeah,
you
no
know.
que- So hood is more the term because I even conflate myself.
And
with
then,
hood
you don't want to
know?
say urban because that sound mad white, and
Exactly.
corny.
But
You know
in
what I mean?
terms
So,
of like,
sorry, Walt.
this has been like
It's
the
been a while
most
since I heard
weirdest.
that.
It has been a minute. You know, since like the streets and like the mainstream has basically been kind of in unison. You know,
Yeah.
like even I brought up Malcolm Moore as a joke, but even when he did his thing, you know, the streets wasn't in unison. Them people was in unison with what they was doing. But
Yeah.
this is the closest between Glow. Even shout out to Tyler. Tyler, I'm not saying he got the streets, but the streets fuck with him. You get what I'm saying? I feel like between the clips, you know, Kenny got the streets.
Christopher Street.
Oh, come on, man.
Yo. Wow, bro.
We're staying out of that
crazy,
one.
bro.
Sin. Oh,
Not bad, man.
Bar of the year
Uh,
candidate, Sin. I'm gonna have to
Not
put
bad.
that in my nominees
That's
for bar of the year. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, I might not hear because we might end up
Nah,
like,
I
Yeah,
stand.
we have-
You're not deleting that. That's too good.
That's too good.
This has been
off-
the
off the-
biggest.
I mean,
covering
if you're not
of
from New
all-
York, you don't know where Christopher Street is,
Yeah.
but you know what I
We're
mean.
not
So
gonna-
But those, they're gonna Google it.
Yeah.
you could probably figure it
You're gonna
out.
Google
Context clues.
But this
Nah,
has
you know
been
Tyler
the best
deserves them
blend.
lashings right now.
Yeah, it's been. We didn't
He
forget
don't-
about that. We didn't-
We forget about them tweets. They
But
still
nah.
coming out.
I think this is great for the culture. This is great for music, and this is great for the fans, bro. Like, this is something that we can actually rally behind. Grammys actually got it right this year, so salute to them.
Mesito.
I'm one of those guys that you know, Sin and Jove talked about at the top of this segment. I'm one of them guys that, you know, I don't like to give Grammys the credit for that. You know, they've gotten it wrong so many times, and it just, there's so many, you know, glaring non-Grammy winners. You know what I mean? Get Rich didn't win a Grammy. Good Kid, Mad City notoriously lost to Macklemore. You know what I mean? Eminem literally won Rap Album of the Year for like the first 5 albums he put out. You know what I'm saying? So
Every time he was nominated.
every
I
time.
mean, shit like that is why people within their right can say fuck the Grammy.
Right.
I understand.
Right.
Even Jay-Z peeing or whatever it was, using the not peeing, but using the Grammy as a cup to sip some champagne.
Right. So I'm definitely one of those people that call everybody out for, you know, not giving a fuck about the Grammys until they get it right, and then, you know, giving them pity points. I'm one of those
You
people.
can say hypocrisy. Like,
Yeah, it
you can
is.
say
It
You
is.
can say it.
Listen, I'm Lord Hypocrisy. I would know. So, you know, I'm one of those people, but at the same time, objectively, they have gotten better. I say in the 2020s, they've gotten a lot better. You know, they famously, you know, overhauled the voting, you know, committee. I know there's a lot of people who are actual hip hop people that are in this voting system now, in this nomination system. I know Ninth Wonder, there's a few more. So I gotta give credit where it's due. And ultimately, you know, when you look at it, right, they, as many times as they've gotten it wrong, like, aren't the highest Grammy winning rappers ever Jay-Z, Kanye. And what we got to talk about is Kendrick, because you guys giving the Clips a lot of flowers, but we got to give Kendrick some flowers.
We
Okay,
know that a large contingent of Nas fans felt like he got looked over or
Right.
overlooked, I should say,
For years.
by the Grammys. So they felt like, why should we care about something if the guy we believe that is the most artful of all these artists is not winning them Grammys and they can't count.
Right.
So I think a lot of that frustration stems from that as well.
I agree. And that just like it, you know, they've gotten it wrong a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? To the point where rappers used to boycott Grammys. That's the first memories of the Grammys I have. Like, rappers saying, we not doing that. You know what I mean? But like I say, we gotta, they've gotten it right enough times that, the people who make the best music do have the most Grammys, right? So, I'll bet on the law of averages. And that's why I want to say, because this year in the Grammys, we got to speak about the fact that Kendrick, with some wins in these categories, could become the highest Grammy-winning rapper of all time, right? If he gets enough wins. I think he's one behind Jay.
Well, he's leaving with that title.
Yeah,
the Grammys love him.
Listen, we gotta salute him as well.
He is leading the pack with 9 nominations.
9 nominations.
The next closest person is artist is somebody called Circuit. No, 7. Actually, 3 people. Circuit, Jack Antonoff, and Lady Gaga all have 7.
Jack Antonoff got some off of Kendrick, most likely.
If somebody knows who Circuit is, let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to
salute. Don't make us feel stupid about it like you did with APSA.
Right. Please.
We're sorry we didn't know APSA fucking looped. Anyway.
But thank you for letting us know, because she makes some great content. Salute to her. You know what I mean? She does her thing. But so I got to give Kenny his shout out, as well. Of course, the clips. You guys, have spoken about what the clips are doing.
Yes, sir.
But shout out to Kenny, man. He about to become the all-time guy. You know what I mean? Cause extending the greatest year ever. It's like 2 years straight now.
Yeah.
So salute to him. But and like y'all say, this, I'm as a person who tries to shit on the Grammys as much as possible. I can't remember, year for year the nomination list. But this is a hell of a nomination list. We got to keep it a stack. Like these are all 4 albums. I mean, maybe the Glorilla ain't a 4, you know what I mean, depending on how you feel about her genre of music. But these are all like really good albums, bro. Like I can't deny, all really good albums that all also made a mainstream, So it's none of those. It's not a Macklemore win. It's not a no disrespect. It's not a Killer Mike win, where it's like a lot of us didn't hear the album until we found out that it was Grammy nominated and everybody loved it. You know what I mean? So it's 5 albums that are really good, that everybody heard. I can't ask for much more than that. There's 5 MVP candidates. You know what I mean? I like the list. You know what I mean? So salute to the Grammys. They doing their thing this year. As far as we haven't really spoken about who we think is gonna win. Maybe we'll do that in a second. But I can't, as a person who takes no chance not to criticize them. You know what I mean? I gotta give credit where it's due. You know what I mean?
Yo,
salute to Mace, man.
I like where they at with this, and I like the fact that they've done the knowledge as far as bringing in people who would know what's going on, because that kind of helps. In the past, the Grammys never gave a damn. They were just whoever was in that room that decided
just going up,
and whatever random nigga got nominated and won, so be it. But to bring people in who know the culture, maybe the people at the top of the Grammys still don't give a shit. But to hire people who do and bring them in the room and help to curate these lists and nominations and these nominees, shout out. You know what I mean? I love what I see. I love to see where it's going, and I'm excited for the Grammys. Hopefully they actually televise this shit. How about that? Huh?
The rap category, please.
That would be a big help.
That'd be appreciated. You know what I mean?
Can we see it? You know what I mean?
Lord.
I'd like to see it.
That'd be nice.
Listen, there's been quite a few people that have been saying 2025 has really been one of the best years in hip hop in a while.
Yeah, man.
And coincidentally, a year in which, we might talk about it in a second, where for the first time since like 1990, there was like a week or two where there was no top 40 rap song. Right? On the Billboard charts, the overall charts. But looking at this list of nominees in all of these categories, right? Kendrick, Clips, Glorilla, Doechii, Tyler the Creator, JID. These are incredible bodies of work, incredible pieces of music, incredible artists that are really pushing the art forward. And like we mentioned earlier, staying true to their regional sound, staying true to the sound that is of where they came from, and that they grew up with, instead of trying to be, just homogenous and, try to please everyone with a cookie cutter sound. No, these are all artists. Glorilla is, true to her sound. Kendrick, as we know, true to his sound. The Clips, so true to their sound. Like, this is incredible to watch, you know. And just real quick, if you will allow me to talk my shit.
No, do you think? Because I got a question for you. But
because again, earlier this year, before the Clips album dropped, while the rollout was happening, I made a prediction.
Okay.
It was an unpopular opinion, but I said the Clips might, they might jump over the jump man, if you will. You know what I mean? They might jump over the Mobb Deeps and the Outcasts of the world with the album that they were about to drop in the moment. A lot of people were saying that, it was wild, it was bugging out. Like, Bomani Jones came out of the woodworks and started talking shit. And I'm just looking back on it now and seeing the nominations. Clips themselves have 5 Grammy nominations. I don't know how many years. I think since like officially 2002. Well, Lord Willin' was 2002. But their previous album was a little bit older than that. And I think even before that, 98. Like mid-90s.
98.
Clips was already like a thing. So let's say 25 to 30 years. 25 to 30 years into it, and over 15 years after they split up, they come back together and they give us this album, and not only is it again, we've crowned it a classic already within the culture. Most of us have. Right. Here at the Rap Roundtable, we have as well, right? So this is not something where like, the popularity of it is tainting our opinion of it. We already heard it and spun it so many times and said, no, this is classic material.
Can I be problematic, Sin?
What happened?
Oh man, you don't know what you just did. But they did that without having to wear blonde wigs, chase pop radio, make cross-genre music. They just did it with raps.
Just raps.
So Bomani raps. No, all raps.
All right.
No gimmicks. Yeah, nigga.
Oh shit.
As you were saying.
Yeah. So I mean, again, just to wrap it up, looking at this nomination list, 5 Grammy nominations for the Clips, 2 for the album, Rap Album of the Year, and overall Rap Album of the Year.
Overall, wait, you said Rap Album of the Year and
album.
Oh, wait. I was
Rap Album of the Year and overall album of the year.
They got nominated for Album of the Year.
Yeah.
The full album
guitars,
of the year.
No roses going ooh. Just bars.
No green blouses.
No bombs over Baghdad.
Yeah, it was cooler than cool.
No flute.
Just rap.
Let's not do, bro. That's doing a little too much. That's doing too much.
They didn't have to lend no sugar to their neighbors.
Then I'm gonna let y'all get your shit off. Because I love Outkast too. You know what I mean? But again, like these lists and these placements have to be fluid.
So Sincere raps now.
Hold on.
There's more. Oh, my bad.
Sorry. Birds Don't Sing, best rap song. Chains and Whips, best rap performance, and then So Be It for best music video, which I wasn't even like aware that
must
the
be some
Grammys give a Grammy for
visuals now.
Visuals, music video.
I mean, it's a part of the
So
culture,
Be
man.
It was
It's
a
a part
fire
of the culture.
I'll
video.
check the
So,
history.
wait,
all of that to say,
It's necessary.
I was right. I was fucking right. I like all that shit y'all was talking, all that shit.
He not even waiting for them to win the award.
No, because of not. No.
You felt like this a while ago.
They're gonna. I feel they got to come away with one of these. But the nominations themselves in the year of the Lord 2025. You know what I mean? When again, Andre's out here with flutes and pianos on his back. You know what I mean? Like
bowing out of the One Music Fest.
Talk
broke
about
my heart, bro.
Talk about it.
All right, so they had at the One Music Fest. Shout out to them, Big Atlanta. You know what I'm saying, bro? They had the shout out to R.I.P. to Rico Wade, man. Dungeon Family. They had the Dungeon Family reunion. Everybody popped out, but 3 Stacks,
Was Gip out
bro.
there wearing some stupid shit?
Yep. you know, it's gonna be what it is. It is what. But I mean, Killer Mike. When to see Sleepy Brown's performing like his verse on the whole world, it just was fucking with me, bro. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson with no three stacks.
They did Miss Jackson,
bro. They did
Without
mad
Andre?
joints, bro.
Yeah, you know what? When you turn Dini off, he hold it against you for decades.
life.
So it's like
For life.
I'm
Lauren
never
Hill still
crossing
recovering,
Dean, bro.
Yo,
yeah, I've seen Kill Bill.
Yo, memory of a whale.
Never,
I don't
bro.
forget shit on some like, you know what I'm saying, on some awkward type shit.
So I'm saying,
Bro, like let down, just culturally let down. Like if you won't do it for Rico, bro, you're not gonna do it for nobody. And that let me know like he truly like not in it.
Can I ask you a question?
Cook.
It was a rap show, right?
Definitely was.
So it wasn't a flute show.
it wasn't a flute show.
It wasn't a piano
No
show.
piano show.
So what you expect?
I expected more. Shout out to Kobe. More.
Oh.
That's what I expected. But yeah, I was a little let down because everybody else popped out. Future didn't pop out for the set, but he popped out because he had the closing set. So I'm like, even Future's on board,
Was
bro.
Big Boy
Like,
there?
who?
Big Boy.
Yes, nigga, on
Oh,
deck.
nah.
Shit.
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
Damn.
Big Boy did the records, bro.
That's crazy.
So it was wild seeing Killer Mike and Sleepy Brown aid on those records.
Maybe the
I'll
blonde wig
never
was the
look
deal
at him
breaker.
the
They
same.
said,
You
don't
what?
wear the fucking wig. And he was like,
Yo.
I'm not going.
Like I said, I think the nigga's like, yo, that part of my life is done. I'm toast.
Yeah.
I'm out. But it hurt my heart to see though.
but back to me,
Yeah, Cooks.
Yeah,
back
talk
to
your
me.
shit.
my crystal ball.
You want to say
Yeah.
fuck Bomani? No.
Y'all keep fronting my crystal ball. I see shit.
He's ahead of the game, man.
I see it 6 months ahead. Look what's happening now. Clips is for all intents and purposes, Clips is the best duo in the rap game as of 2025.
So not E EPMD?
Don't ask me shit no more. Don't
Not
tell
E-
me nothing.
So
it's Clips.
So it's not EPMD.
It's not the locks. Like let's name
'Cause
other-
they was telling
other-
us those
other
EPMD.
trios.
When
Niggas was
you
naming
said it.
trios, bro.
Word.
And the best
Look,
duo.
Niggas
And
like
then
niggas
then-
like 3 going making videos,
and
but
then-
don't invite nobody from the round
and
table
then
on to talk
go-
about it.
going by
We're
the-
talking about it
going by the
for
Mob,
weeks.
the Mob Deep
I'm
album
sorry,
that just
Sid.
dropped.
Infinite.
Mob Deep is 2 now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Clips and Mob Deep. If you have Mob Deep 1, I know you feel about Mob Deep the way I feel about Mob Deep. I get it.
The Clips have Mob Deep.
I seen the frenemies linking up on the stream too, 3 of them, and motherfucking the 4th nigga that's a rapper who I don't give a fuck about was co-signing it. So when I seen the rapper that I ain't give a fuck about co-signing it, I knew I shouldn't give a fuck about it. I'm sorry, Sid. I'm talking hella shit. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
I'm trampling all over Sin, but I'm defending Sin at the same time.
Yeah,
Be
no.
clear.
Do your thing.
Be clear.
For the
Yeah.
record, the Music Video of the Year Grammy has existed since 1984. Excuse us for missing it. Kendrick is
Well,
a 2-time winner. Jay-Z is a winner.
Really?
Yes, sir.
The fuck?
What, the Justin Timberlake song.
Oh.
Missy Elliott is a winner. The first rapper to ever win it was Eminem.
Of course.
Without
Is
me,
that one of
the
those shits
first
that they just
rapper.
don't televise?
Gotta
The shit
be.
that be on the little teleprompter when they go to commercial and shit.
Nasty.
But Sin, I got a question for
Classical
you.
music
yeah.
section.
So you got people like academics, Mace's Mans,
Yeah.
on there talking about there's no top 40 songs on the chart. Hip hop is dead. It's Kendrick's fault, etc.
Wow.
What do you have to say about the fact that that's the talking point for certain people in the culture, overvaluing chart placements in hip hop?
That's not the culture. That's just the charts. I mean, the charts don't dictate and has never dictated culture. I'm not gonna say I'm completely happy that there's no top 40, but I understand the process that the culture and rap and hip hop is going through right now, where it's detoxing. You know what I mean? People see it as like a fall off. People see it as like, like the culture is dying or the genre is dying. I see it as a detox. You know what I mean? We've talked about it for so many years. The Great Reset, where everybody's going back to their regional sounds. They're being inspired. They're putting out music that is culturally relevant and inspired, and not necessarily just cookie cutter and homogenous, where it's just like appeasing everybody. And I think that's healthy for the genre, and I think that's healthy for the culture. And at some point, we'll get back in the swing of things. I think Megan just put a song up in the top 40 recently, but you know, but as far as the rest of the landscape,
Shout out to the hotties.
as far as the rest of the landscape, I think, you know, it's a transition period. I think it's a detoxing. Sort of looking at how the younger generation is sort of like interacting with the culture and what they are drawn to and leaning to. I went out for Halloween the other night with my son. I put on the Doom mask. You know what I mean? I had my green hoodie. I was blasting Doom all over the place. And I can't tell you how many young people, you know what I mean? Like late teens, early 20s was like, oh shit, Doom, you know? So I'll tell you another story.
You sure they weren't thinking you were trying
Dr.
to be
Doom?
a Dr. Doom, the Marvel comic character?
No. They
Green hoodie
knew.
too.
I mean,
Just saying.
No, they knew.
Robert
they
Downey
knew it
and
was
shit.
Like,
Coming out next year, you know.
I was literally
saying.
playing the
Dr.
music
Doom.
from my speakers.
Okay.
So like they knew.
Just saying.
They didn't just say Doom. They said MF Doom. A lot of them.
Ah,
Good save, sir.
we have to make sure that we
Right,
ask
right.
the questions. You know what I mean?
Hey.
My stepdaughter, lately she's been sharing with us like the music that she's into, and like her music taste is so eclectic, and she popped out with like a DJ Screw song from like 1996.
Oh, look at that.
God knows how she discovered that. Maybe
You weren't
somewhere
listening to that, so
in the
she really
depths-
ahead of you.
somewhere in the depths of TikTok. And like that's, you know, those are just a few examples of what I feel is going on right now, is like the youth does not want to be dictated by either radio or by the Billboard charts what to listen to or what's cool or, you know, what's hot. They want to discover for themselves. And if they discover for themselves, there's so much music out there that they can discover from artists that are not being pumped on the radio, that may not have top 40 songs, and you know, but are making incredible music. And I just feel like this is the transition period where like, okay, we're detoxing from all of the fluff that has been put in the top 40 for, you know, however many decades now. We're detoxing off of that. We're restarting. It's a reset. And then from here, there'll be a better, richer culture that grows out of it.
You know what else
Going
is dope
forward.
too? Because when you said that, it reminded me of this song, that Hey Little Baby song. Supposedly, like TikTok made the song from the 1950s basically blow up again, and the lady back then, they make no paper off of it. But you know, they give you your money, your rights back and all that shit 30 years later, and now from the 50s to now. And she started getting paper because the song took off on social media, bro. So that's like just think of all the hip hop that the younger niggas haven't listened to or haven't like locked into, that they could hear online and be like, who's that? And just go back and tap in. Like, that shit is fire. We used to have that through like movies and like TV. Now they got that through social media. I think that part is fire, you know?
Yeah. And it, you know, destroy and rebuild. That's
Yeah.
a real thing. You know what I mean? I think that's what's happening.
Mesito, as our resident industry guy, what do you think
Yes,
about
sir.
this whole thing where prior to Megan potentially having that placement, again, at the time of this recording, we're not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure maybe Sin might have seen it, but we're not Megan fans. We're not looking for that. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Megan can't go to McDonald's. So let's be clear. This is not a disrespect to Megan this time, because the hotties is very hypersensitive. What I mean when I say she can't go to McDonald's is, my measure of fame is, can you go to McDonald's in some rural city and not be noticed by someone? Megan Thee Stallion can't go to any McDonald's anywhere at this point in her career. So we're not dissing her at all. But what do you think about this whole top 40 situation, and it's killing your man's academics, is basically trying to say that hip hop is dying, so on and so forth. We're putting this on you. This is your fault by proxy of academics.
Right. Listen, I have to. Hip hop isn't dying, but I do see, you know, where a lot of people are coming from. Like it seems as if people are trying to convince themselves that no top 40 records are a good thing. while simultaneously,
So he talking to you.
yeah, while simultaneously celebrating Grammy nominations with let me tell you guys, 5 very popular albums that were all not only top 40 but like top 1. These are all high selling albums. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's, for me, I think that a lot of people are trying to, you know, convince themselves that it's a good thing because of, you know, old beliefs. You know what I mean? Yes, Illmatic and Ready to Die and you know what I mean, EPMD shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, those weren't top 40 records, but that was very much in the infancy of hip hop. You know, I think people aren't really seeing through the leaves with this one, because often the thing about, you know, as much as people love to act like high selling hip hop is a bad thing, if you look through the top selling rap albums, whether it's the first week, whether it's the all time, they're all great music. It's like Lauryn Hill and Life After Death and All Eyes on Me and Jay-Z's best shit and Kanye's best shit. It's all like ill shit, bro. Like, so it's like, even for people to act like, you know, historically great hip hop hasn't been high selling, you know what I mean? I think it's, you know, you just, you know, being like, you know, a source reader from like 1991 when MC Hammer was popping. You feel what I'm saying?
Who was selling records?
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. I think what people aren't realizing by you know, celebrating, you know, that is that what they aren't seeing is that what the issue is that these record labels are no longer putting money into hip hop. And that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? The issue is that, you know, hip hop is making a lot of noise and it's making a lot of great music, but record labels are investing in pop and country and you know, Afro beats and reggaeton and they've really like taken a lot of the money that was put into rap and its, you know, and its promotion and its, you know, way of getting on the playlist and all of that. You know, the record labels are trying to you know, fuck up the game a little bit. They trying to take the power out of rap, and you know. So
Can I say something to that?
Sure.
I think it's part of the reason, and I'm gonna sound like a Luddite and a old angry nigga yelling at the cloud, but I think it's because the internet has made music so easy mode with the consumption and how fast it can go viral because certain sounds are just attractive to people, and the internet is attracted to a certain sound. You know, like for rap, it's not nothing that we like, but they'll play the fuck out of a lo-fi instrumental. They love that shit,
right?
But on the other side of that, it's the country shit with the little twinge of hip hop in it just to make it sound seasoning up. Right?
Shaboozys of the world,
Little Nas X, Shaboozey, Post Malone. You know what I mean? All of these guys doing that. What's the other nigga? The fat white dude with the tattoos on his face? Yeah, I know him.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. You know what I mean? These guys are doing the thing. The Afro beats, that's great for TikTok. That's great for Instagram. It's great songs, great fast consumption, easy mode shit. And I think the record labels have gotten so comfortable with easy mode that they've lost their way with the art. The record label, not to say the record labels always cared about art, but they treated art a little better. Now it's like, can you go viral? They've put in so much value in the internet, no matter if it shows time and time again how hollow it is for artist connection to fans, that is really killing the game. You know what I mean? We talked about Tyler last week. It's like, or 2 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it was. She popping and you open your phone at one point, you could not see Tyler. She has no connection to people. Like if the units is not united, and if somebody told me, oh, this person, she did like 1 million streams. I'm like, do you know, Macy broke down how important stream numbers are and what the equivalencies are. So even if she did 1 million streams, it ain't correlate to nothing but 13, but what 13.7 it was, some shit.
It was like 3.7, bro.
Right. So she not connecting.
Right.
Again, can you put humans in arenas? Yes. Are you Taylor Swift? No. Taylor Swift is connecting and streaming and doing everything. So like, Macy, I just feel like the labels are just comfortable with easy mode, and rap is not trying to be easy mode no more. All them guys that was making them easy mode raps, they not landing, or some of them are locked up, or some of them fell off.
You think it has anything to do with the whole? Because I remember Young Thug said something about he put some bread in the air for Gunna to go #1 or some shit. You think it has to do with that too? Like May said, the funding ain't there no more, or like Sin said, it could be like maybe this is 2 weeks of like a detox, like he said it, but more like in the sense of You know, like you're not drinking for a couple weeks before you go back in and get wasted a week later. Maybe it could be something like that. Maybe these pop charts are just cooking so crazy that they could have not. I don't know what number we were in.
Labels always go where the money is.
Right.
Meaning, if people are consuming country and they're consuming pop, they're gonna go there. If the rappers are not trying to make, you know what? I've been trying to avoid it all podcasts, but we gotta get into it. We can't have a conversation if we're not gonna have a conversation. No one right now at a high clip is chasing trap. Or some trap at J Sound that the internet likes.
Yeah.
Right now, again, like someone posted, I wish I could get that person credit. Rap is gone underground. So all of them guys that was making it sounded like no matter what city you was from, they were all making the same album, and the labels was eating that shit up because it was easy mode for the internet. Who's making that album right now?
Right.
Even Metro Boomin, who could easily go easy mode, is trying some other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who is the trap artist right now? Even trap don't even sound like the trap. No, trap sound unchanged.
Right.
Well, that's the thing, and that goes back to what I was saying about, like, you know, I feel like artists are making a concerted effort to not sound like everything else. You know, in very recent memory, it was so easy to just be like, all right, let's just get some trap beats. We rap over it, we harmonize over it, we hum over it, we, you know, do whatever that we could fart over a fucking trap beat and people are gonna fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna, you know, it's
I'm
gonna
not
have some
trying to
level
shit
of
on
success.
trap either.
No, we're not. But that was the last, you know, widespread popular hip hop sound. Now, if you abandon that and everybody goes back to home base, now, you know, there's a sense of splintering that's happening, but, you know, depending on how you look at it, some people might see it as splintering and might see it as, you know, an academics might be like, oh no, like it's dying because everybody doesn't sound the same now. But it's a good thing for people to go back to home base and sound like what their region sounded like, and make music that is, you know, important to them, important to the people around them, and important to the people that they grew up with, important to the people that experienced the culture the same way that they did growing up. That's important too, you know, and that's what I feel is happening right now, and because of that, the casuals aren't able to pinpoint, oh, this is the sound of the culture, you know. Now they actually have to do work to find a sound that within the culture that they like, without this one, you know, homogenous
Drake.
Casuals
Drake. Yeah, it's like the third time I've said that word, but like, you know, without that one ubiquitous sound. How you like that one?
Yeah,
that better? Without that one ubiquitous sound that's like prevalent everywhere, you know, now casuals have to do work, and that's the last thing casuals want to do. Nobody wants to do work.
To Mace's point about the playlisting and getting those placements, it's easy to slot a trappy sound in the midst of a playlist that got some pop, some fucking country, and then you had a little trap BPM, high BPM, little bop shit, because it's digestible for the casuals. Like the casuals, and no shots at, again, I'm talking from a very neutral place right now. The casuals might not ingest a Glorilla the same way. You know what I'm saying? She popping, don't get it twisted. But Glow's has a specific audience for her music. And I got in trouble, I got the round table in trouble, and I posted a tweet about what is Glorilla doing to connect in a way that Megan Thee Stallion is not connecting. I didn't know that they was having some kind of like
a shadow war.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
My time was I muted that tweet.
Yeah, they had a beef right that started that weekend.
Bro, I had no idea because that's not my realm.
Yeah.
But I do know that the ladies, like not the stands, but the neutral, the people who are in the middle who just like rap, they like girls that rap, the women's that do that, they love Glow. They don't love Meg the way they love Glow. The hotties love Meg. But the person who's not a Barbie, not a hottie, not a Barbie gang, just likes women talking they shit, they love them some Glorilla. And that's what I was really talking about. Them people, not the sycophants. Because it's just like, she's making a certain type of sound that's not for Joe Nobody to just put on and just listen to aimlessly. You got to know what's going on if you're listening to Glow. She's talking to certain people who's living a certain life. Meg, I think Meg's problem now, Meg is probably a few years too late. You know what I mean? As far as like the casuals go. She has the hotties. Again, don't kill me. But if Meg would have showed up at like 2015, when the trap sound was everywhere, she could have just leaned right into the trap sound.
You know what I think it is? I think between pause, well, it's not really pause, Meg leaving a bad taste in people's mouth and the music not being like exceptional. I feel like when your music's exceptional, people are willing to look past a lot of shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But the music is new, and she's kind of like,
the Tory shit. We gotta
come
call
the
it
hotties,
right.
man.
See, I didn't work so hard to give you the leaders. I'm gonna here go this fucking guy.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
It ain't. She started off when you was back in the She Could Rap era. She was so much more lush as a rapper.
Ironically, the She Could Rap era opened the door for Glorilla, but then Meg didn't elevate sonically. She's been in the same spot. I wouldn't even say she regrets. She's just the same.
From the first album to listening to her now, I liked her better back then as a rapper.
Meg was a breath of fresh air in 2019, 2020 because women was really making trap pussy rap.
Yeah.
And here she was coming doing the freestyles, she was making hard shit. Like she remember that
That's
Meg?
back when she was
Remember
rapping.
that Meg?
It's like that video we just seen with the guy in the car. Like that was.
I don't know.
You was the one that shit it. The guy in the car.
Listening to the Cardi and the Meg. Impersonation.
Yeah. The Cardi and the Megan and Cardi collab. Yes.
Yo.
Honestly, in a lot of ways, I don't know how the fuck we got here. This is what happened the last time. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm chilling.
In a lot of ways, the success of WAP might have been to the detriment of Meg.
Huge song.
Cardi gonna do whatever the fuck she want. WAP is right. That's like a home game for Cardi B.
Right.
She can do that shit. Cardi also has a unique connection with the audience because she's, in a lot of ways, Cardi was an underdog who made it.
Right.
You think about where she was on Love and Hip Hop with the fucked up teeth, all that. We've seen her journey.
Yeah.
She jokes about. She has an
underdog,
earnestness about herself and an affability about herself that she just connects. Cause she don't take herself, even if she does on camera, she don't take herself seriously. Niggas love that shit.
Yeah, he pulling out all the SAT words today.
Hey, you know what I mean? Fuck it, we here. You know what I mean? And it's like Meg made that song and realized niggas love pussy raps. They love watching me throw ass. They love my sex appeal. I'm goddamn borderline naked in the music videos. Nah, the league around you is changing. Yes, the hotties will support. But if you want to be universal superstar like Rock Nation was banking on you being, you gotta have a little bit of that glow, you know? And let's go back to the Grammy nominations. And this time, Sincere and I are gonna take a victory lap. We were diametrically opposed at the end of 2024. I was Team Glorilla, he was Team Doechii. Lo and behold, we were both right. Because the Grammy committee's positioned the two youngest in charge right now. Both are nominated.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, nobody was wrong. You just pick what you like.
Got a point.
Salute.
Right.
I like
Facts.
it. The culture's in a unique space. The rap round table is drinking liquor and going off on side missions.
Tangents.
Hotties don't kill us. We want,
We love
in fact,
y'all.
because Meg is not just a pussy rapper. She got bars. She might make it with an anthem at Meg.
It's been a minute.
Fucking Glow
been a
got
minute.
3 separate anthems.
I mean, she
Fuck
had
Nigga
the,
Free, the joint with Cardi, and the Yeah Glow shit. Yeah Glow. You hear me?
TGIF.
TGIF 2 and
Yeah.
shit. So that's 4.
95 degrees. That shit.
Make an
killing niggas.
anthem. Fuck your
Yeah.
pussy. We know you sexy as fuck. We know.
It's been a long time.
But
since
what
Meg had
else?
an anthem. The last one was probably the joint with the baby.
Why
And
you
she
ain't
had
make an
Savage.
anthem like, again, maybe I'm too problematic, but I always say when you're a polarizing figure and people don't like you for whatever reason, the best way to respond
Music.
to people who don't like you is to put your middle fingers up in a song. Maybe it's time for Meg to do that.
Make some music.
She tried that with
tried.
hits.
She tried, yeah, and it failed miserably,
Damn, I
bro.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was a diss record. I just mean like an anthem. I don't care if y'all don't. Women feel
She's
like
made
I don't
music-
care if
she's
y'all
made
don't
music-
like
She's
me.
made music recently too.
Yeah,
Like it's
she
just
rolling out
it's
right
just
now.
not connected.
Yeah.
For me
That-
personally, it's been a long time since I could listen to a woman rapper and want to rap along with them.
That's I always talk about that.
You know what I
Shout
mean?
out to you.
And like I know the women are probably gonna come after me.
It's not
this
for
statement.
you.
It's not for you.
You don't like your mother.
Right.
You know how it goes. You know how it goes.
But TGIF when those first opening bars,
Yeah, after that,
you know, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got a and ain't got me. That's so hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's a hard line. That's a hard bar, and like it speaks to like such a freedom and such a confidence within her.
My niggas,
you know what I mean?
Can't go wrong with it.
And you know what too? It's something.
And it's like I can relate to that confidence.
Facts, because all you gotta do is just change the gender on the bars. It's the same concept.
Turned up.
Right.
And another thing too with Glow that helps her in a way that probably hurts Meg. I'm not trying to directly compare because niggas get so sensitive about that, but it's rap. We can't help ourselves.
Cook.
The Sonics. Glow be picking some hard
beats.
beats, trunk, reverberating beats.
Yeah.
Like she has a specific sound. Like
She
the only
be
way I can
leaning,
correlate
too.
it to
Leaning on
for people to understand how much having a unique sound is important. Think about what Dipset was doing. When you heard certain beats, you just knew it was Dipset. You just knew it was
The Heat
Rockefeller.
Makers,
You just knew it was G Unit. You just knew it was Tupac. Like you could Bad Boy. When you hit the fucking chandelier sound on the beat, you knew it was Bad Boy.
Or that little triangle in the back.
You know what I mean? Glorilla has mastered the art of having a signature sound. When them beats get knocking, big bass, horns, she get on there with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what it is.
She gets turned
He
up. bro.
talking that shit.
What's Meg's unique sound? Like she don't sound like Houston. She don't sound like her accent is Houston and Texas, whatever. But the beats, what is it? You know what I mean? That might help. It might help.
And
They said Meg rap like the Sugar Hill Gang.
Come on, gang.
That's what they said.
the Lover Girl,
They said.
the new joint Lover Girl, which it did land on the top 40.
Okay.
What's the sample on that? I can't remember
Is
now.
it SWV on there?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Streets was mad about that.
Shout out to Clay Thompson.
Yeah, they hated that.
That
record.
weekend they was
Yeah.
killing her, and that's what our hotties had to activate because they was killing her bad for that, bro.
They was cooking it.
But let's move on, y'all. We done spent a lot more time than I thought we would, but very important shit to get on.
Yes.
But we got to talk about our guy, a
Who's
favorite
that?
topic of the rap roundtable, a person who
Let's talk
makes
about it.
people very sensitive, defensive, aggressively defensive, and highly emotional, and all of the etceteras.
All that.
J. Cole.
Oh.
Jermaine Cole.
You said Jay. That could have gone two different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Cole is in a unique spot where he both simultaneously has one of the most anticipated albums in rap.
Still?
And at the same time is persona non grata to a lot of people. Even recently, Cameron suing him for doing some bad business.
Right.
He's stacking these L's. I felt like the Don't Call It a Podcast series was supposed to be the leading edge of a rollout. People didn't connect with it. It didn't spawn any real conversations to my knowledge outside of the Cole base. I'm talking about neutral rap fans. It didn't spawn any conversations worth having.
Nope.
Right? So that rollout aspect is dead. Port Antonio pissed more people off than galvanized people. I'm just giving you the layout for the Cole fans who are going to get aggressive and angry in the comments. So, Mesita, I'll come to you with this first. Is there a pathway for J. Cole to come back and be in our good graces once again? If so, or if not, just lay out your reason and why.
I want to say yes,
Okay.
but with the caveat of what comeback means. I don't think we'll ever think of J. Cole how we thought of him in late 2022. We were calling him the best rapper in the game. We were calling him the top
Back to back number one on our list.
back to back number one. You know what I mean? One of the most feared MCs. You know, we were asking him to go cook the rest of the over underground like he cooked Benny. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know, so if you're asking me there, no, J. Cole will never get back there. But if you asking me, will J. Cole ever become viable in hip hop again? And that if the pathway is ready for that, then yes. I think that, you know, ultimately hip hop fans are, you know, we talk a lot of shit, but more hip hop fans are like me than they'd like to admit, Dean. Hypocrisy, you know, all the time.
Ensues,
Hypocrites,
yes.
brother. You know what I mean? Flip floppers, all right? That's to all of you. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if J. Cole comes out and if he drops high quality of music, if the bars are there, if he has a crazy song on there, you telling me if he come out with an album and there ain't a surprise Kendrick feature on there, that everybody who's on a Kendrick fair will forgive him? Yes, they will, bro. I'm sorry. So yeah, I think that there is a possibility that J. Cole can become a top 5 guy. You know what I mean? A person who we look forward to his guest features. A person that, you know, we don't constantly make it, you know, light of, you know, I'm sure Jarv will tell us how many people he apologized in front of later. I hope so.
52,000.
I was for Jarv to say things.
my
That's
fault.
Jarv's line. Watch it.
My fault, Jarv.
But, you know,
I can't say it now.
You say it twice. It's that painful.
So yeah, I do think that you know, he can get to that level. No, will he ever be the MVP? I don't think so. I think that time has passed. I'm sorry. I think it has. But if he, you know, will he be in this, you know, in this spot where we make fun of him and we run his name through the mud and we curse him out and you know what I mean? We just don't respect him. There's absolutely a pathway for him to not be in there.
Oof. Dini, your thoughts? Can he come back? Can he not come back? What's your reason and why?
There's a path to redemption. I feel like when you're really, really good at anything, and like there's always some kind of path to redemption, you know, because the skill in and of itself will kind of bring you back. And that we know he's talented, but the whole like it's a path to redemption, bro. Like I think what he's gonna have to do to earn those graces back, I think is just gonna be too much. It's not gonna be him having Kendrick on his album. It's gonna be like Kendrick needs to have him on his album. You get what I'm saying? It has to be not I'm ingratiating you into what I'm doing. Like it's Kendrick is over whatever happened and he fucks with me so much he wants me on his album. I need something like that. I need him to.
You strict.
I need him to redeem himself in terms of you need to get the Shoguns of rap and rap with these niggas. You need the Ransoms. You know what I'm saying? You need the Conways, the Barsmiths, the Pushers. You need to do music with these guys because you spend all these years talking about how great you are, how much better you are than everybody else. But you kind of duck doing songs with these type of guys, you know? So these are the guys you need to get involved with. Would I love to hear him and Kendrick? That'll be dope. But I think there's just the layer between all the shit that's happened with him and Kendrick. It's almost like you don't even need them to like mention in the same breath because you always going to think about the Bow Wow, you know? So I think he's going to make good music. The introspection, the whole coming at artist though, like he was doing before, I think that's pretty much terminated. The whole I'm gonna or I'll do this and I'm gonna out rap, that part is terminated because you spent your whole fucking career talking about it, and when you finally got a chance to lace up your shoes against the guy, you kind of like bowed out. So I think what he's gonna need to do, he's gonna need to rap alongside elite rappers, not just shout out to Benny. Benny's elite rap, but I'm talking about like even the higher level than that. I'm gonna need to see if he can truly hold his own with people that like rap at the highest level. And shout out to Ransom. I would love to see that happen. I think he needs to there needs to be a song of introspection explaining, like a true explanation of like what happened. Not the Port Antonio shit, not the trash shit he dropped in terms to respond back to Kendrick. I'm talking about something that lets us know that you know that we seen what happened. You get what I'm saying? Like if that makes any sense? Yeah. Like don't duck it.
You know that I know that
we
you
know that you know what I've been
that
through.
you
That you
know.
know who, like the Jay-Z
That I know that
shit.
you know.
Blueprint 2 is the best version of that. Yeah.
I need something. I need you
Yeah,
to
the
realize
title song.
that you truly let the Nas down shit. Like you let hip hop down with this shit, bro. Because I'm not gonna let go of the fact like he's been talking about doing this type of action for years. I'm ready for smoke with anyone. I'll out rap anyone. The person that we say is the contender that you need to see is the nigga that you duck out on, bro. Like you must explain that to us. It's more than just I'll take one on the chin, my friend. It's more than that, bro. You have to explain to us in deep what was going through your mind when you like did you know how hip hop would have looked at you. I would have said call Jay, call Nas, but I'm like I don't even think they would have the advice that you would need in that moment because we just never seen that done in hip hop, bro.
Hit him with the Dion, bro.
We just never seen it done. I think that the fans need to hear that. The fans like it's like robbing a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And then you come back to a nigga after you rob him. I need to hear why were you in such dire straits that you just lost. Like I need to hear why you did it, bro. Like it's so many layers.
And that'll redeem him. In your
I'm not
eyes?
saying it'll redeem him, but I feel like I don't
So
understand.
then what's the point?
No. Hey, okay. If a nigga do you wrong, the apology might not redeem him. But
Right.
at least there's some show like I know what I did is wrong, and there's some acknowledgement in that.
They
I
want him to redeem himself.
I need
to
it.
say,
I
yeah,
need
shit.
acknowledgement that was maybe the most suckerish shit we've ever
So
seen
you
in hip
want him
hop.
to flat out admit that he did some fuck shit?
Yes.
Okay.
But I want it in a song. I want it introspection. I want him to mention, I know y'all always looking at me crazy, or just be like, I really didn't want to smoke with this nigga. Like he was just that. He's the boogeyman for real. And I bowed out. I dropped my little 2-second diss song, which I thought I see nobody gravitated to it. And I was like, before this goes left, I seen what happened to Drake. Before this goes left, I'm just gonna pull the flag and bow out in front of all you niggas because I see the end where this could go. I'm like, even if you just say, you know what, I seen how far this, then I want to hear about that too. I want to hear about you being shook, bro. I want to hear it. He's the introspection rapper. He's the one that could break everything down to the molecule and let you know how you're feeling about shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like a rap psychiatrist. I want to hear that, bro. I would love to hear that in bar form. Like, I didn't think I was going against my mans, but I know that this nigga's different after 20. I want to hear it, bro, in terms of rap. I would love to hear that in a song. You could call it the what Nas said. What was the Nas shit? The autobiography of Rakim. Maybe the autobiography of J. Cole. I need to hear a story of how this all transpired.
So I hear what you're saying. I
Yeah.
know, and you're laying out what you want.
Yeah, I need that.
So
actually.
are you saying that if he does that, that's his route to a comeback?
Do
Or
it-
is that just what you want?
Even if it's a great album, aside of all that, I would respect the music because I just love great music. But I will be looking at you sideways like, bro, we do remember.
Can J. Cole come back?
Yes. I truly, he's talented enough where he can do that.
How? With what you're saying? If he does that?
So for the niggas
that's what we want to
for
know.
the niggas like us, he needs to do that. But
for the
culture, the
yes,
terms of the
that's
youth,
fuck
the
us.
GP.
It's we're four guys.
they don't hold those grudges and issues the way we hold them.
Do you read J. Cole's mentions, or do you read mentions about
from the young niggas?
Do you read comments about you think time out? See, 20-second time out.
Hold on.
The young niggas is not jacking Cole like that. He's not a young nigga
But
artist.
I'm not. I'm talking about in terms of like they love the music though. He makes music
sure.
for these niggas, but they don't like even like snitching and shit. That people don't hold the snitching shit in terms of the way we hold it. So it's not gonna be the comeback ain't gonna be as
Do
complicated.
you know what the comment sections look like on anything with J. Cole?
They're on his
I'm
head.
asking you that. You're not answering my question.
Alright.
See, you done got me there.
Cook.
Because see, you
Cook.
ask. See, this is the thing Denny do. We ask him a flat out fucking question. He don't answer it. Then he get to tap dancing on the periphery around it because he don't want to answer it.
I'm waiting for-
what I'm asking you is, do you know what the general conversation on J. Cole's name is?
That he's buns.
So I'm asking you, what is his route back for the general public?
So it's
Not the rap roundtable, the general public. What does he have to do to change the opinion of it?
exceptional raps and admit that what he did was some whack shit. Like if you have any person in your life that did anything to you or let you down anyway, bro, you won't accept them or respect them until they at least acknowledge that they did the shit that they did, which you hold them in that contempt for, my
Fair
nigga.
play.
They gotta admit that. They gotta acknowledge that they fucked up. I don't care how good the music is, without him actually being like, yo, I know I let the game down. I don't want to hear it, bro. I want to hear that you let the game down. I want to hear
not
how you
just
went
Nas.
from number one on the fucking rap roundtable list twice to like not being mentioned at all. Shout out to Hove again. Like that shit that means something to a nigga that loves this culture, bro. To a nigga that loves the music. Outside of just the whole looking crazy, I want to hear what happened in J. Cole's mind. Did he just wake up in the morning and just say, yo, I don't want to get sliced up by this nigga, then he bow out? Did he really feel in his heart like, yo, I'm going against my... I would love to hear it in music form. The apology to me was buns, and I would never respect it. I want to hear it in music form. Give me a story, 4-minute layout. Your brain, what was the synapses of your mind during that whole... I would love to hear it. And until I hear that, I just won't have the same respect. But what's my respect to J. Cole, though? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I have the same concept that most hip-hop fans do. They need to see that this meant something. This wasn't just a bow wow. And then the additionals. After this shit goes down, then you go fucking incognito for how long? You talking about dropping podcasts? Like, all that shit. I want to hear about all that, bro. I do.
So you want the behind the scenes on the behind the scenes?
I do. I want to hear, how did you go from being the guy to like bowing out to doing a podcast with your homie that never happened to an album that's supposed to come out a year or two ago, being like, what's going on in this nigga's life, bro?
The ghosting Cameron.
What in the bicycle is going on right now?
So right now, just to keep the score,
yeah,
Mesito believes there's a pathway for Cole's comeback. Deanie said, I don't know if he believes it, but he says
caveat pathway.
There's a caveat pathway. So say the rap snob, is there a pathway for J. Cole to come back?
Well, first of all, for somebody that doesn't really care one way or another for J. Cole. You seem very hurt by all of this, Dean. Like,
He's an honorable guy, bro.
when there was a time where I was not fucking with this kid at all. That college rap shit was not for me. But he started earning grades, bro. He started dropping great verses. He started like getting on features and like really like slapping niggas around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's coming for the crowd. You gotta respect the hunger. You gotta respect the skill. That's why to see that skill and that hunger diminish into what it's turned to is crazy to me, bro.
And I guess that's where I'll pick up, because it's a very good point, Dini. And it's a point that I think I've made here before as well, and that's that for a lot of the hip hop audience and the rap audience, we had to be sort of, I don't want to say talked into appreciating Cole, but like we gradually started appreciating Cole more and more because we saw the work that he was putting in.
Mm-hmm.
At the very beginning, I was not a big Cole fan. I think most of us here would agree.
Yeah, man.
He could get some raps off, but like it wasn't dynamic. It didn't really grab us. Pause. But then gradually over the years, we started seeing like more hunger, more just better deliveries, better rhyme patterns, better songs. And just over the years, we like he it's almost like he worked us down to the point where it was like, all right, we have to respect him at this point, then first person shooter, you know what I mean, next to Drake. At that time, this table here said that was the best song of the year, and it wasn't because of Drake, it was because of J. Cole.
A little bit
Evil
because
Ways.
Evil Ways happened too,
like 7%.
So I think that's where a lot of us are in terms of J. Cole. It's like we saw all of the work that you put in and all of the hunger that you exhibited.
Can I give you a word before you cook?
Go ahead.
Competition. That was there. Competition was
The
highly
spirit of competition
Cookson.
was it was within him.
Yeah.
And then for him just to like let it all go.
Relinquish, bro.
Right? Just let it all go. He relinquished all of it, right? So, what I'm going to say is that I don't think there is a pathway for him to get back to where we saw him at. That however much distance, that very short distance that he was from the summit, and now the free fall that he's gone into, I don't think he gets back up there. He's gonna drop the album. He's gonna drop some features. They're gonna be technically great. We're gonna appreciate the bars. We're gonna appreciate the music. But if we are simply talking about, is there a pathway for him to get back to the position that he was at before all of this transpired? There's no pathway for that. Not to me. To get back to that, like how close he was, just this close from the summit,
It's right there.
and then just let go and free fall. He's not getting back up there. I don't see it.
That's tough. That's tough. Ooh, I don't even know what to say, man.
Then drop the goal.
Before Port Antonio, I would have vehemently disagreed with Sin. If Cole would have come out, maybe not dropped the album, but just did something along the lines of rapping or discussing the events to Dini point and what went through his mind and really got down to it. Because getting on the stage in front of 52,000 of your own people and saying your heart is not in it 2 days after you dropped the diss, after niggas was calling the diss mid, because it was mid. Is this just us as rap fans, as music fans, who've listened to a multitude of disses, have lived through, arguably, I think we've all lived through all of the great rap beefs and battles in the history of this shit. 7-minute drill wasn't even good enough to be a footnote in the history of rap. It would have landed in it came and went pile because it wasn't strong enough. And all right, if you want me to give him some bail, I'll do that. Him going on the stage and saying his heart wasn't in it, kind of speaks to how mid the song was. If you want to tie that in that way, by all means, because you ain't really attack Kendrick. You ain't go at him. You didn't get downhill. You didn't get in your bag. You didn't treat it like the next feature where you were gonna kill. It seemed like you went into it trying to figure out what angle you wanted to take, but you didn't really have an angle like that. But you went in too deep and you wrote the bars. And again, this is the thing that I always mention, and that like there's certain fans of J. Cole who don't understand the concept because they've never made music, right? I'll never give J. Cole a pass with that excuse because I've made music. I've managed artists. I've recorded hundreds of podcasts.
Processes.
Right? You know how hard it is to just record a rap vocal and then have him do it clean, unless you Hove, and based on the stories we know, you do it in one take. You had to write the bars. I've said this before. I know a lot of y'all have heard it, but I'm going to repeat it for the new audience.
Cool.
Because people like to get people passes, but they don't understand the process. Whether you put it in pen to paper, you put it in your iPhone, your Android, whatever. Because Cole move like an Android nigga to me. You know what I mean?
Yo, Walt the Great.
Walt laughing fucked me up.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But it's like you write the bars, right? You think about what you're gonna say.
Right.
You make the words connect. You listen to the beat. Matter of fact, let's reset. You listen to the beat. You decide what pocket you want to be in. Shout out to Roma Streets. You could count in what you want to come in on the first beat, the second beat, the third beat, the fourth beat. You got to decide all of that. Write the bars. Go to the studio. Lay the vocal, right? You got your lead vocal. I don't know what J. Cole does a lot of times. Sometimes he don't do doubles too crazy. But you got your ad-libs. Or maybe you got a really super dope engineer, so you do the doubles and he sync your vocals up to make it sound like you can't even hear the doubles.
Crisp.
Then you throw you do the ad-libs. You throw the effect on it. For people who don't know.
Think you got through it in one take?
Maybe. Who knows?
Because if he didn't,
the way he rapped it, I'll say no.
Multiple takes.
It wasn't
Right?
strong.
Multiple takes. You know what I mean? Come out the booth. Yo, let me hear that back. I might want to rap it again. If there's a hook, now I gotta rap the hook separately from the verses. Do the doubles on that. Do the ad-libs on that. Go through that whole process. Again, I'm breaking this whole shit down to y'all.
Cook.
After the song is fully recorded, if you have an engineer who's nice, a lot of engineers are mixing your vocals while you're recording the song. They're mixing it, then you come out, then you're listening back to the vocals to see if you as the artist like the mix.
Yeah.
So you heard it. Basically, before the public hears the song, there's a real probability that you yourself as an artist might have heard that song and them bars 100+ times before it gets out to the public. Y'all get on us about talking about Cole, but y'all never think about the other side of it. The process of it all. You recorded it, you listened back to it over and over and over and over again.
Mixing, mastering.
Then, hold on, I ain't finished.
Let me get in real quick, because imagine, because if it wasn't in one take, like imagine him saying, "Yo, engineer, can you punch me in
30 punches.
Yo!
when I said
30
your
punches.
second shit put motherfuckers to sleep, but they gassed it. Punch me in right there,
Right there.
I didn't really, I didn't really land that line. So punch me in right there,
Because they're
please.
No, thank you, Sin.
That ass.
Because there are rappers who rhyme, if not one bar at a time,
Punch.
4 bars at a time, and they punch in every 4.
That's what Wayne does. Yeah.
So you hear it hundreds, and if you punching it every 4, you might hear it 1,000 times
Yeah, bro.
before
16.
it get out.
Yeah. 16.
Before it gets out, you record it, mix, master. You listen to the mastered version. What do you do before you put it out? If this is a big seminal moment in rap, you might have a friend circle. They gotta hear this shit. It passed through the car wash of all these niggas.
This is a hell of a
this shit.
picture.
Yo.
I'm painting right now.
It's a real picture.
Yeah.
Process, bro.
Because again,
It's real
I lived
facts.
through the CD era. It used to be mad chill sessions where we would record 3
Shout out to
songs.
Chills, man.
I would come to work. When Macito and I were allowed to work together, Macito has heard mad. Macito heard the whole Pay Homage 2 before it dropped. I listened to the Pay Homage 2 tape that we did hundreds of times in my old whip before it dropped. This is just me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta let your mans play the song. Then you get the feedback from your mans.
Yep.
Maybe you adjust the shit. Maybe I say it differently because he said I should probably rap it a little differently. Then we gotta do another mix.
More punches.
Oh my God. So again, for the people who have a heart, and I love y'all, and they hear, oh, what, my heart wasn't in it. It wasn't in the right place. Y'all think I'm being an asshole when I ask, at what point did you deduce that your heart wasn't in it? Was it when you were writing the bars? Was it when you were recording the bars? Was it the 97th time you heard the song? Or was it the 150th time you heard the song? Was it when your man adjusted himself in the chair uncomfortably because it didn't sound good to him? At what point did you deduce that your heart wasn't in it?
When niggas heard it and didn't like it.
Oh, how many times have I said that, Dean?
A million.
If 7-minute drill would have dropped, now that I've painted the picture to y'all as to why I think Cole's excuse is bullshit, if the song would have came out and niggas would have responded the way they responded
Ran
to
with it.
Euphoria, not what was the other joint after Family Matters?
Family Matters.
Meet the Grams. If it was a Adidon or an Infrared,
Little Duppy.
if people even Duppy,
Yeah.
or the Stay Scheming verse, if people responded like, yo, this shit is fire.
Everything would have been a go.
You don't tell me Dreamville Fest, he don't come out on the fucking stage. The first song he's performing is 7-minute drill, or just playing the beat and letting his fans, 52,000 of them,
There it is.
52.
and they rapping
That's
the
how it
fucking
is.
word. He not even rapping it. They know the words already. Because they would have been geeked. Yo, he just kicked Kenny back in. They would have been geeked. That would have been his Summer Jam Hove Nas moment. In front of his fans, because Hove had the city at that time. Let's be clear. This is not revisionist history. That Summer Jam epic. That would have been his moment.
Yeah.
In his fucking state. Dreamville Fest.
Yeah.
I just body Kenny. Come outside, nigga. If the song landed how it was supposed to land.
Game changer.
Game changer. So when y'all feel like niggas is hating on Cole, now I finally painted the full picture of why I don't believe that excuse. I say all of that to say it's gonna be a difficult road because I read them comments. I'm a comment creeper. I read them comments. J. Cole's Q rating is at an all-time low.
Oh.
Notice that there's conversations on Twitter about is Cole even better than Cam right now. It's a ridiculous comment. I'm one of the biggest Cameron fans in the world. And I wouldn't fix my mouth to say that Keller's better than J. Cole. But that's how low the Q rating has gotten. And the sad part of it is that it's self-inflicted. Had Cole just lost to Kendrick clean and outright, his Q rating would be higher because he had to fade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I see that, I'm like, the only way this guy can get back realistically, Deanie's right. You gotta sit down in that chair. Not do the don't call it a podcast. Whoever you want to talk to, or don't talk to nobody. Just put the camera in front of you and talk to yourself. And you gotta say, you know what? I did first person shooter. There's things about Kendrick that I don't like because we've heard it in the bars. Port Antonio. That's why, again, after you did this and all of that I laid out, you still circled back and you dissed Kenny again. You subbed him about his fake streams, among other things. You apologized to Aubrey. So at the end of the day, you still drew your line in the sand. Why are you drawing that line in the sand? Sit in that camera. Talk about it. These things about him, his hypocrisy bothers me. We've learned from J. Cole through his issues with Wale, his issues with Kanye, his issues with Jay-Z. He has a problem with hypocrisy. Let's talk about it. Lay it out. I think Kendrick is full of shit. I think that I am the person that y'all believe Kendrick is. Lay it out, because he's tap dancing around that in the bars. You've heard it. Right? Lay it out.
Right.
And you know what? When I got the diss of him, I realized this ain't the situation I want to be in, because he might have already known the angle Drake was taking. Maybe he don't got to lay it out in so many words, but he could have just be like, you know what? I wanted to compete because I think he's a fraud and I want to expose a fraud. But if y'all going in some PDF versus woman beating and some Maury shit, that's not what I wanted. In fact, had he just said that in front of 52,000 people, this battle's going in a direction that I find to be corny.
Yeah.
And I really want to spar with the bars. You know how honorable that would have been?
I'm here for the raps.
Yeah.
I'm here for the raps.
Yeah.
He never said that. He's never once said that.
Nah.
That's really, if you want to say that's what it is, because that's that as the monk that you profess yourself to be, that's what it's always been about, the bars. If you would have said that, or you have the chance to say that in this imaginary interview that I'm laying out, you know what, Cole? You did some fuck shit, but you did some fuck shit under some righteous causes because it's all about the raps. I fuck with that. Right. I hear that. I still call you. I tell you like, yo, you did some bullshit. But I understand, because when everybody else is making that, remember we talked about it earlier, the trap music, all that other bullshit, when shit was just going completely left. Cole was an oldie nigga when we couldn't find Kendrick.
Yeah.
Drake was fucking being Jamaican and African. The only nigga who was rapping for real was Cole. On the mainstream level, because we know what the underground and overground was doing. Because there's always that one guy that's gonna, well, actually,
of course,
the one mainstream guy keeping the culture moving forward was J. Cole.
Yeah.
So if you tell us it's about the bars and it's about some honorable shit, and I find what Kendrick and Drake was doing was gonna be dishonorable, then yes. Then you gotta still give me the fire album. You can't drop a 3 out of 5. It gotta be 4.5.
Yep. Combination.
Well, when the OG, I'm sorry, Sin, I got you right now.
All right.
When niggas, for me, maybe I'm putting too much of onus on it, but when niggas like SP is disappointed in you, I can't.
Crazy.
When the Shoguns, the masters of this shit, are mad at you, who am I to fucking give you bail? I'm not going against some niggas.
Talk about
Go
it.
ahead, Sin.
Yeah, number one, definitely has to be a classic album. But to all that other shit y'all talking about, I'm gonna keep you the bean. I think it's too late. I think too much time has passed for all that explanation.
It's too many Cole fans for it to be too late. He gonna control the conversation.
He tried. He tried.
And
he
the music.
tried.
The music.
No. I don't mean. I'm not saying it's too late for him to.
It's too late for us, and that's what I was talking about earlier.
No. Hold on. You're not understanding me. I'm not saying it's too late for him to, get to a certain ranking again, or get to a certain place of prominence again. You know what I mean? If the music is fire, if the album is crazy, if it's a classic, like, beautiful. I'm just saying in terms of that other shit you're talking about, in terms of explaining himself or explaining what was going on through his mind, all that other shit
don't matter.
It's I think it's too late for all that. I think at this point, any way that he goes about addressing the issue will be a mistake. And that's where I think Kendrick, again, not only did he checkmate Drake, he checkmated Cole too, because I think there's no path to him addressing what transpired a year and a half, 2 years ago, 3 years, however long it takes him to finally come back onto the scene.
I think you're being too cold-blooded, bro.
Nah, I don't think.
I think you would have to say in your mind that you think it's the worst mistake in hip hop history. Then, because people have come back.
It might be.
Matter of fact,
but I'm just saying. But I'm saying he can come back. I just think it's a mistake to address it. I don't think he should address it. I don't think so. I think the comeback should
that's gonna be the elephant in the room.
People haven't gotten over it. They still think he's a sucker. He gotta address it.
He gotta say something.
Like, to me, it's all right. So let's put it on the table. The other topic that I had on the rundown, we skipping past that because we done yapped. Okay.
And we'll yap.
We said we weren't gonna do that.
Yeah,
we'll spin back.
It's a good conversation, you know. Is this what he did? Because I don't think we ever labeled the hip hop history shit on Cole with this move. Is this a bigger mistake than Super Ugly was?
Yeah, way bigger.
I don't think so.
Way bigger. Oh my God.
Super Ugly was still kind of trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? This basically
This
said
a
I don't even
bigger
want to fight
mistake
no
than
more.
Super
Super Ugly. He was still throwing punches, bro.
That's a good question.
He was trying. He was still fighting. This is I don't want.
I don't
want peace.
I don't even think it's close,
that
bro.
is.
When you say that, do you have Jay's apology on the radio in mind when you say that, or you just mean the actual
all
song?
encompassing. Super Ugly, then you end up on Angie.
It's comparable.
Apologizing to your
Because
moms.
thing is,
I don't even think
because for years people spun that as he apologized to Nas when he never once apologized to Nas.
to the ladies.
Super Ugly was probably the first real chink in the Jay-Z untouchable armor. You know what I mean? Because if he just did it and then went about his business, he still loses the battle. They have the battle of the beats. They vote. They choose Nas regardless. But if he just gets back to business and doesn't do the interview, there's nothing to talk about. But I do remember. I got you said. I do remember in real time. I'm playing a real time card here. In real time, I felt the city turn on Jay when Super Ugly dropped in a way that we thought was unfathomable in real time.
This is true.
Fucking Fat Joe on the air with Ange during the blackout. Remember that shit? You know what I mean? Nigga,
Yeah, that's
Fat
still
Joe
up on
leading the
YouTube,
charge, nigga. After the Rucker blackout, they did the Super Ugly battle. Joe was on the radio with Ange.
Yeah.
I'd never
he
forget
hated
that
Jay.
shit. And he
That was
lost
crazy.
the vote. The guy who was the undisputed champion of New York
The
lost
city.
the vote because niggas felt like he got in his feelings. Untouchable Jigga Man.
Yeah.
Got in his feelings and brought the women into it because he couldn't out-rap them. That's what I remember the narrative being. Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat. New Yorkers only, not y'all Midwestern niggas who hear shit. New Yorkers only who actually lived it. The city turned on Jay because he brought the women into it. And I look at Cole and I'm like, Cole was never a tough guy.
Yeah.
He never had the untouchable moniker. In fact, he had to shake the same corny allegations Drake still can't shake. So for me, it's just like,
That's facts.
I look at Hov and I'm like, is this worse than Super Ugly? Or is it a corny guy proving that, in fact, he was corny to the people who thought he was corny the whole time?
But that's what I'm saying. Just keep.
That's a hell of a
crazy,
question.
yeah.
man.
But that's what I'm saying. Just keep being you and do you. Make the music that you want to make, and try to put
He gotta
all this
address the
shit.
sin. He can't move
Nah,
away from
try
it.
to put the because look what happened. All right, so let's go by Super Ugly, right? Then what happened? Was that was before Blueprint 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Blueprint 2 happened. All right, cool.
You don't think Blueprint 2 hurt because of that whole situation?
What you mean?
Because Blueprint 2, the song came out after Super Ugly.
Exactly.
So you don't
And
think
people were not looking at Blueprint 2 the same way.
it was over with by that point?
But then what happened?
Black Album.
The Black Album, where he put it all
Flip the
behind
script.
him
Flip the script.
and just he was like, "Yo, fuck it, I'm Ho."
But he did interviews. There was more disses before that. Like Cole just left and did an audio series that we can't call a podcast. He got to say something, bro.
And just bowed out.
And Jay brought retirement up, so we immediately got
That was the
sentimental about
MacGuffin.
that.
The retirement make niggas forget about Nas
Yeah.
entirely,
Smoke.
bro.
Yeah. I guess that's what the podcast was,
that
but it
was
didn't
like-
hit.
That was
You
the
heard?
ultimate MacGuffin. Because
Yeah.
once
That's
Hov
what-
said he was retiring, was anybody talking about the battle anymore?
No.
That's what the
New
podcast
Yorkers
was
only,
supposed to be.
not Midwestern, not Southerners, not California niggas. New Yorkers only in real time, outside of the niggas who were Nas fans. The conversation about Hov retiring had nothing to do with Nas. Tell me if I'm bugging. I'm just asking the question.
I'm just trying to be real about this. Because I know us. I know me. I know us.
Okay.
And any way that he goes about explaining what was going on through his mind, thought by thought, minute by minute, second by second, I don't think it'll do anybody any good. I don't think we'll be happy with whatever he says. I don't think we'll accept it.
I'll accept it because he's.
It depends on what's said.
I don't
Depends on what's
think. I
said.
think we're still gonna be like, no, that's a bullshit explanation. Fuck you, that was corny.
If he
So
said-
like, what's the point?
But both things can be true. We can say, yeah, you made the diss and it was corny what you did. But if you sit down and you lay out a rationale to me that makes sense, as an adult, I can see both sides. of it.
if he
I
comes,
just-
you don't got to deal in absolutes.
and
You know what I
that's the-
mean?
Go ahead, Mace.
Nah, I was gonna say like Jav, that Super Ugly point was a hell of a point. But it's like I'm just thinking about it, you know what I mean? And it's like when I ask Sin, is that the worst thing ever or the worst hit to credibility? I'm thinking about Ross being a corrections officer, Lil Wayne kissing Birdman on the mouth, you know what I mean? Ghostwriting rumors from Drake. These are all people who got back to the point that they all were after those instances than they were before. You know what I mean? So it's like,
but they didn't address them. They just let them be.
Wayne was rapping about
To
kissing
me,
Birdman.
rap battles and rap
I'm
beefs.
sorry, what?
Yeah. Damn right, I kissed my daddy. That's what he said on
did say that.
on record.
He did say that.
He said that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did
He
it
said
on
it.
camera,
Oh
so,
man,
yeah.
I'm doing.
You got ahead of it. Pause.
What's that mean? Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
And he's like,
This like what Jov learned about
Jeez.
BBL
Not
Flex
yo,
right here.
what's Black Youngster?
Like youngster.
oh, Black Youngster. Yeah.
Wow, bro.
So
That's
it's
crazy, bro.
You know, I think about, there's been some
Same label.
egregious
Yeah.
moments from huge rappers, from rappers who were at the top of the game. And they all, they all figured it out. You know what I mean? Once they got all in their bag, one nigga, Drake had the battle. Wayne just rapped through it. Ross just had the best run of his entire career. It's all possible. J. Cole might not be able to do any of that.
And
but it is all possible.
The lore rules of rap battles dictates that you just can't go about your business like nothing happened. There has to be a certain level of shit being addressed. And again, to put a button on this topic, if you have the temerity, the unmitigated gall, the audacity to drop Port Antonio and say what you said on Port Antonio, then that tells me that you have a lot to get off your chest. You feel a way about a lot of shit. And in good faith, I can't listen to your raps the same way until you address it and you speak your truth. And if you do it through the bars and it's not an interview, as long as you speak your truth and you tell us what the fuck is going on, for you to circle back on Port. If Port Antonio doesn't happen, he just goes and does his hermit shit, does the don't call it a podcast, I might not have this energy. But because you did Port Antonio, you threw it on Instagram for everybody to see, that means you got a lot to say.
You don't find that acceptable, Sin?
what?
If he was to get on a joint, like a little, like whether a record or a podcast, a little, he put the camera up for himself, like, yo, to be honest, man, I seen where this shit was going, man. They talking about hitting bitches and shit like that, and I was like, I just try to spit a couple of bars, man, and it got so left between the PDFs and the wife beating and all that the little joint I dropped paid
here's
no
the
mind.
thing. What
Nobody
is it
paid
that y'all
attention.
always say about me?
A few things. You walk right into that.
One of the things that y'all say about me is that
Introspection. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Okay, cool.
Overly self-aware.
Right. To the point where I over-explain myself.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I don't want for Cole. I don't want him to start
So sick.
over-explaining himself to the point
This
where
is
it's like,
over explaining.
Sin. If he do his own version of Last Real Nigga Alive, which is my favorite moment in the Jay-Z and Nas battle. Let's be clear. It's none of the disses. It's,
okay,
it's
that would
Last
be-
Real
that would be
Nigga
fine.
Alive.
That would be fine.
That's
I
Where
think
he
that
did
was
a
all I was saying.
cinematic rap version of what took place, which led to the battle between him and Hov. If
All I was
Cole
saying.
did that,
And
you
provided
wouldn't find that
context.
acceptable.
You would have to.
If he start rapping about
That
what
would
was
be
going
fine.
on in 2012,
And,
all I was
and,
saying,
and
man.
Q
But-
pulled me to the side and said, "Don't do that." Some shit like that. You want to go
But-
crazy?
yeah.
I
Niggas
can't
told
believe
me-
I gotta go on this stage and take it back.
JID
You know what I
told
mean?
me don't do it. Like, you
Oh.
want to hear that, bro?
You would love that shit.
Earth Gang said fall the
Yeah.
fuck back. You wouldn't
Yeah.
want to hear that?
And if he the same
I got
way
a text from Kendrick saying this ain't what you want type
Kenny
shit.
Mason said chill. You wouldn't want to hear that, bro.
I sat down with Uncle Lucy and seen the stream numbers. You know what I mean? He
Shit
just
got
laid the
real
whole
mud
shit out
slinging.
oh joy.
in a rap. I would be in
You know
this
what?
spot in this
But
studio
see,
like,
but
yo,
that's
hold
different.
on,
No.
You the
But
man.
that's-
Hold on, Sin.
But
We
that's
just- we
different
just-
from what Diddy was saying.
We just had joints in the club singing. Now it's all this mud slinging. You wouldn't want to
Whoa.
hear that, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know what to say. I can't believe my evil ways type shit. You know what I mean?
But that's different from what
For
Diddy
first
was
person
saying.
shooter.
Diddy was
Yeah.
saying. What Diddy was saying was like
Explanation.
to explain his own thoughts.
That's
all
not
in it.
no, not the events. If he explains it that way, like a cinematic movie,
His
Bro,
the
mental
events that transpired.
synapses, everything that ran through your mind, the people you talked to that said, do it. The niggas that said, don't do it. I want to hear everything,
Even
bro.
do the Messiah thing where he's saying I sacrifice myself for the culture.
The
and all
lamb.
that.
Right.
What?
Right.
All right. If he does it that way in a cinematic story,
You fucking.
I
with it.
chose
All right.
peace and
All
now
right.
they
We got
hate
him.
me.
We got him.
Let Nas down
right.
too.
All
That's
right.
the end of the song.
All right.
Let the culture down. Come on, bro.
all right.
'Cause
I
Nas
guess
would
that I
never.
can see.
Or let
Ever.
Cole down, and he talking about how they let him down. You know what I mean? Like come on.
See?
All I wanted
Okay.
was peace.
See?
I'm so again.
I'm here for it.
Hey, look.
It better be fire.
Another
though.
quality segment from
You
this
feel
me?
podcast. You know what I mean? No Mesito segment. That our segment, we'll save that because that conversation is kind of dead now anyway. So we'll move on from it. Maybe we'll circle back. We'll pin it, and if it heats up again, we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we got to get to my favorite segment.
Let's talk about it.
The mailbag. So, first time in history, normally I get left to my own devices with the mailbag. But on 2 separate occasions, I got random text messages from Sincere. I'm talking about Sincere and I usually trade text messages about movies and shows that we should watch and shit like that. But this time, there was no movie. There was no show. There was no me sending him some Marvel shit to probably spoil a movie that he wants to see. None of that. I do all of it. This is what happens. You know what I mean? I see messages from Sin saying, add this to the mailbag. Like probably a week apart messages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first mailbag entry comes from Derek Matthews, 2213, regular viewer of the show. I don't know if he throws the super chats. I don't know if he's a quote supporter, but a viewer is a support as well. You know what I mean? So Derek Matthews says, this is during the production conversation where I said, we got to get the South more love. That era from 2005 to 2015, sonically, beat for beat, we needed you here for that segment.
That's a fact.
Well, it's underrated, and if not clear, as golden eras. And Sincere could not stand me for about 15 to 20 minutes. So he says, Sin will praise a Primo and Q-Tip, which I love, for sampling chord progressions, but down Zay, Scarface, Justice League, and Toon for actually playing in caps their music and having musicality. If it ain't boom bappery, Sin ain't liking it. Get the entire what off my lawn, Sin.
Damn.
Your thoughts?
He did end it with an LOL, so I'll grant him
It's
some
in
bail.
jest.
That's a viewer
to the
right
LOL.
there.
Now,
LOL,
here's
'cause
my
you don't
thing,
wanna subscribe.
right? Because I have it here too. I made sure to also say it. So, he said, Zaytoven,
Yep.
ZT.
Scarface, Justice League, and Toon. First of all, right off the bat, where did Scarface come from in this?
Yeah, I was kind of lost on that too.
Yeah, we're all lost on that. Yeah. Nobody was talking about Scarface. Scarface is an OG legend.
Classic.
Love his music.
We love Face.
We would never.
Hall of Famer.
We would never.
Applicable.
Jersey in the rafters. We would never talk ill about Scarface ever once in our life. So I don't get where that came from, because we wasn't even talking about Scarface. Justice League. I specifically said I wouldn't even put Justice League in that same category with like Zaytoven and Mike Will made it and Toombs and all that, right? So I give Justice League all of the props. Their musicality is crazy. And I said as much on that segment. Toomp, I even came around to saying, all right, Toomp got it.
Here you go, about the front on Zaytoven. Go ahead.
Toomp got it. So really, it's just Zaytoven
Damn.
that I
The
had an
nigga
issue
who plays a real instrument?
Now here's the thing.
He's an animal, man.
When I think about musicality, I think the Roots. I think To Pimp a Butterfly.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? I mean this isn't rap, but R.I.P. D'Angelo. Like when I think musicality, I'm thinking more than just like I could play a few keys on the keyboard.
He
Right?
plays
Just
more
a
than a
few
few
keys
keys on the
He
keyboard.
shit.
That's cool.
You trying to cook him,
But
bro.
I've never heard
Come
a
on, Zaytoven's
Zaytoven
a
production
beast,
where I was like, oh shit, like that's an amazing chord progression, or that's an amazing melody, or that's an
Zay got
amazing.
heat.
I don't
That's bullshit. Zaytoven got the melodies.
Yo,
I don't-
He
I don't
creates
see
the
it.
melodies, bro.
I get it. He creates them, but are they really interesting
Seems
melodies?
like they're not John
This
Blaze
is
like
like-
that.
Are they interesting
Sincere.
melodies? They're a little basic. I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm
Sin.
gonna say
I'm
about
sorry.
Sincere the
Snob
Rap Snob.
attack.
Hold on. This is what I'm gonna say about Sincere.
Sin.
Sincere is like the amalgamation of when like one New York nigga from every borough gets their rap rings together and they want to create Captain New York bias, and Sincere appears. Because it's like, holy shit.
But I just talked about To Pimp a Butterfly.
Water.
Like,
Heart.
my
Hey,
whole,
yo.
listen, hold up. Because y'all three have argued against me on To Pimp a Butterfly like for
Endlessly.
years.
Yes.
Endlessly.
To the death, bro.
My whole thing with To Pimp a Butterfly is the musicality of the album. It is so musically rich and dense and grounded in the history of
Beethoven.
Go ahead, Sid. Go ahead. Finish your
jazz, funk, R&B, hip hop, like all black music. Like it's the history
nigga
of black
playing
music.
the piano, bro.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I didn't.
Come on,
I
Sid.
try to side with my brothers on this mailbag shit, but the 5 niggas in New York got together. Captain New York bias is here, and I gotta say something that's very important to the conversation. Zaytoven might not do musicality for your sensibilities, but the fact of the matter is that, especially in the South, like when it comes to black culture, as much as us New Yorkers are elitists, say what you want, but the South has a very important role to play in what it is to be black. And for Zaytoven to play a church organ and make rap beats, like I can't side with you on that. That's a southern gets. And you know what? We're New Yorkers, so we can't. For a lot of it, I can understand why it don't resonate with you. But it's like I gotta give it to him because like he done took something that's southern as fuck and turned it into hip hop. If that's not hip hop, I don't know what is. So it's like, and thing is, it might not be musicality for you. It might not be high level, pinky up while sipping some coffee musicality. But that shit gas, nigga. And I ain't gonna let you do that to
Those
Zaytoven.
piano players, man. Scott Storch, London on the track. Them piano players are problems, man.
I didn't say nothing against Scott Storch.
I'm just saying.
That's why I said
the piano players.
The 5 rings combined. Captain New York bias. Is that a church organ from the South? No, that is not hip hop. It flies away.
Green hair and all. Pale skin.
Bro, I just gave again.
Where's my caramel macchiato?
I gave Toomp his props.
Now.
I gave Toomp his props.
Oh no, his
Justice League his props.
With the power of the
I don't even know where Scarface came from.
All right,
in the conversation.
You're right, but I'm defending Zaytoven. The Concast, another person who's completely frustrated with Captain New York bias.
Oh shit,
aka Sin. Sin being a rap snob. He's out of pocket. I'm gonna Sin on this off the rip, just off the rip, just to let y'all know. Sin being a rap snob is just a shallow persona that lacks real musical knowledge and depth.
Damn.
All music is digital now. Once you run it through a computer, you're not recording it with DAT tapes and analog systems.
Word?
So even your beats and as of today are digital.
Word?
Also, Primo from Houston.
Computers are digital?
I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
Holy shit. Walt, did you know that? Walt, even our engineer here had no clue. Got 2 computer screens in front of him, has no clue. That's crazy.
Wow.
Also, Primo from Houston and Justice League musicality is unmatched. The Southern sound is more expansive.
Primo's from Houston?
Who knew?
Yep. And Kanye
Thought he
from
was
Atlanta.
from Queens.
Put some respect on black music. Stop being narrow-minded. Laughing emoji.
Oh my God.
Sitting there on your body,
Oh,
man.
hey, on your
shit.
head, Sid. Said you was a fake snob,
where's
boy.
the Fat Joe drop?
Hold on.
Holy
The
shit.
Fake
Concast,
snob,
you know what I mean?
boy.
Niggas said the computers is digital,
Snatch
bro.
your chain like Nunu, bruh.
Oh shit.
I don't even know where to start because like the whole segment and conversation we were having was literally about the mid to late 2000s versus the era directly before it.
Right.
It was early 2000s back into the 90s.
Yeah.
Which was very at that time, especially in the 90s, very non-digital. Very like it was all analog samplers, analog keyboards, analog mixers, analog MIDI, like everything was analog. Now, at some point,
is that music knowledge?
Now, at some point, because he's trying to tell me, son, I've been working in a studio for multiple years. We've been doing this podcast. I've been producing this podcast for multiple years. But but please expand your knowledge upon me, because I apparently I'm not learned enough.
You don't know the sin lore?
So but like once Pro Tools started, getting into the whole process of it all, and started becoming popularized. Sure, everything that had been recorded in analog started going into a digital audio workstation, right? A DAW, like Pro Tools, right? And at that point, it was digitized. But for a very long time, and like some of my favorite stories are when rappers and artists talk about the process of recording something. So, like, for instance, like a song that was recorded very last minute, and it had to be, and at the time it was recorded on 2-inch reel tapes. And so they was trying to make the cut of having it on the album, and you literally had to, record it on that 2-inch reel, pack it up, deliver it, fucking overnight it to wherever it had to, wherever the album had to be mixed and mastered so it could be included on the album. Like, there was literally an era where everything was mixed and mastered and finalized to 2-inch reel tape. So don't tell me nothing about how in 2025, oh my God, like this fucking genius realized that everything is on computers now. Good for fucking you.
It sure sounds like music knowledge I'm hearing right now.
You know what I mean? But like the conversation was literally about a different bygone era, and how there was an era where everything was finalized through all analog gear onto analog 2-inch reel tape. And then later was when Pro Tools started becoming a lot more prevalent in the industry, and everything started becoming a lot more digital, not just in the finalization process of it, but also even in the creation process of it. You had, you had FL Studio, you started getting Logic Pro, you started getting, all of these digital sample packs. And that was my entire point, that at some point, the digitization of everything started becoming a lot more prevalent as opposed to the era before it, where it was much, much, much more analog. That was the conversation. But thank you for telling me that today in 2025, everything is done digital on computers. I had no idea.
Computers.
The fact that he took that route is almost offensive, like to how dumb he might think you actually are to even play that angle. That's kind of crazy. I'm not even trying to instigate it, but it's either you're the dumbass or you think Sin is the dumbass. There's really no gray area there, just so you know. Let's move on. So we have another one of our regular supporters, but he's been getting a little spicy out the jibs recently. You know what I mean? Past few weeks, he's been really out of pocket. It's AJ91X2. So much like with the King Los thing, where we had a person named Lawrence comment and Macy throws, that's probably King Los. And then when King Los responded to us, he kind of repeated what Lawrence said, and it had me thinking, shit, maybe Mace was right. Maybe that was Los. I'm starting to think that AJ91X2 is one of two things: a supreme, ultra, super duper, ultra instinct J. Cole fan, or this is in fact J. Cole. It can't be no other way. We dropped the in studio. First comment is the Kendrick Roundtable, new episode.
Wow.
So then I had responded to it, but I forgot what I wrote. Not really important. But, I said J. Cole is a buster, Roundtable. That's what I said in response. So then later in the thread, this is where it gets good because he really got mad. He says, ain't nobody crying. Y'all complain with any criticism towards y'all. Let's keep it real. Y'all just on dot nutsack. Every episode is a Kendrick convo. It ain't a rap roundtable. So let's stop there. We just did a 3-hour podcast 2 weeks ago. 3 hours.
Tree.
Was that 3 hours about Kendrick?
No.
Nah, it wasn't.
3 whole hours on one person would be crazy.
Different.
Yeah.
No comments. Then.
The amount of shit that this is right. Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. The amount of shit that we get. Do we really complain about all the criticism we get? Or do we point out when niggas are full of shit with their criticisms? Because again, if we really complain about all the criticisms and not the highlights, we could do a 3-hour podcast on all of it. We don't complain. We call out the hypocrisy and the bullshit. I got you, Sin. And the bullshit that comes with being willing to put yourself out there, record a podcast, and allow strangers to choose to willfully misconstrue what you say. J. Cole was the #1 rapper on our list 2 consecutive years. We've done separate content about J. Cole. When Nas was on top, crushing this shit, 6 albums in 3 years. I didn't see a comment from AJ saying that we were on Nas's nutsack or this was the Nas roundtable. We got more slander for people in real life than people digitally. I had fucking Deanie's man Tim the Barber say the Nas roundtable to my face. As a Jay-Z fan, imagine how that made me feel. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So it's like, to say that we on Kendrick's nutsack, and it's just like, I'm gonna say this right now just so people can really understand it and so you can get to, because there's more. He has another comment.
Okay.
So when you say like on a nutsack and all that, like at this point, bro, I used to be wanting to be on my Joe Budden shit and like talk to the public and really connect with them. Y'all niggas done lost y'all rights to talk to me, bro. Y'all can say what y'all want to me. I won't be talking to y'all no more. Because it's like y'all, you know what, we got approaching 24,000 subs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many Kendrick fans is part of that subscriber base? Right? So if we have a bunch of Kendrick fans subscribe to us, who pulled up during the battle, who have told us countless times in comment sections from video to video how thankful they are to have found us, should we not feed the people who support us, who spend the most paper, who pull up even when there's nothing to talk about?
Good question, John.
You know what I mean?
You said Kendrick's on the verge of making history.
It was me.
You said that. You said he's up for how many Grammy nominations this year?
9.
9. That was the most of the rappers?
Of all
Of
artists.
everybody.
Of everybody. We're on his nuts, though. I'm just make it make sense.
I don't like the fact that you typed out the word nutsack.
Right.
So 11
I'm not
Grammys.
feeling that.
9 Grammys.
So the people pull up to tap in. He's part of the biggest story in rap in 20 years. And you say that we on this nutsack. It's not like we got one subscriber. We got mad Kendrick fans. We done built relationships with podcasters on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Through covering this artist. Macito been on the biggest platform of independent niggas with the company man through talking about Kendrick. So it's like, I'm not gonna crash out on the nutsack shit because I understand it. You know, I understand. If Cole would have won that battle and we would have came here and hailed Cole up, you wouldn't have wrote this. Because every time we criticize J. Cole, AJ is in our comments crying about what we say. That's why he said, oh, ain't nobody crying. But you are, though. Because every time we mention Cole and we talk about him and we say he did whatever he did, you're the first nigga in it. Why? And his favorite comment is, when Cole chops, y'all gonna look so stupid. How can we look stupid if we've never criticized? We're talking about Jermaine, not even Jay. We're talking about Jermaine and his decision making and what he did, which was a black. And if you want to support Buster shit like what he did in front of 52,000 of his people, is either you're a Buster or you're such a fucking fan that you refuse to see it any other way. And if that's your vice, cool, but stop crying in our comments, gang. Stop. Because at the end of the day, we didn't do it. Cole did. Imagine you holding our feet to the fire for talking about the nigga who fucked up, but you not even holding Cole feet to the fire. What part of the game is that?
Wild.
Before I read the next comment he wrote, what you got to say, Sin?
In regard to addressing like criticism, like just to pull the curtain back a little bit. Not to say that we have gone to like some like astronomical plateau, but you know, having 24,000 subscribers at this point, we're gonna get our fair share of hate. We're gonna get our fair share of critiques and criticism. If we address something on the air, it's because we think it's bullshit, right? But you don't know about the ones that we address off air amongst ourselves. Because sometimes we read some shit and we're like, you know what, this bro kind of got a point. You know, and we chop it up amongst ourselves and we address that and we're like, all right, we'll fix that and move forward. what I mean? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about the conversations we have behind closed doors, behind the curtain, right? Y'all only know what y'all see on air. So if you're saying that all we do is call out our critics on the air, you don't know what we do when we're not on the air, and how we hold ourselves accountable, and how we tell ourselves we got to do better moving forward. Because that's been something that you don't get to where we are right now. Again, not to say that we're on some lofty mountain or nothing, but you don't get to where we are without having those conversations of, all right, we got to do better next time. Such and such pointed something out. I look back on the tape. He right. Let's fix that moving forward. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And more importantly, AJ, before I read your next comment, don't let your super fandom of an artist and our criticisms of your favorite artist turn you into a hate watcher. Because as much as you say that we complain about whatever, there was a certain point in time where we were in the jungle of Nas fans. And I was, not even these guys, I was the Jay-Z fan. Thousands of people hated my guts because I like Jay-Z. And I still had to come here and pod, nigga.
Yeah,
and I had to pod through that shit. So when you say niggas complain, like, bro, you know what shit niggas had to eat, bro?
Bro.
Come on, son. We had niggas cross-promoting our podcast, trying to get us up out of here.
Crazy.
Invited us to do a verdict to try to sabotage us on live digital air. Like, bro, like...
Not the analog air, the
not
digital
the
air.
digital, you know? So, brother, when I tell you, like, don't turn yourself... Because I could have easily turned on the Nas fans and been like, fuck these niggas. Y'all niggas are really giving me mad shit. Nah, I embraced it. Yeah. You should embrace the criticism.
Come on.
Because unless we coming out here, and I always say this shit, unless we come out here and we say J. Cole is whack and the music is whack and we're really hating, you shouldn't be mad. We not, because the thing is, we celebrate Cole when he was Body Benny on that song, when we was in our peak Griselda era, we was showering this nigga Cole with flowers. Cole did something that's unforgivable. I've never seen you write a comment that says, you know what, Cole did do some bullshit, but y'all give my man some slack, leave him alone. You've never said that. You've been trying to kick our back in politely for almost a year now. Right. Now you done took the mask off. You don't really fuck with niggas. And I say that to say that because here's what you says. He says some shit. He was really mad, so he put the rap round table and come and pause in one situation. He said, come on, y'all. What are we kids here? I currently support the best rapper in the mainstream. As rap fans, that's what we do. Y'all threw a fit because he ain't do what y'all wanted him to do. That's what I'm talking about. We threw a fit because he didn't do what we wanted him to do. Is that really what happened?
Is that what happened, bro?
This is what I'm saying. So you're willing to give him a pass and say, fuck us, while he did. We have not done bullshit when it comes to J. Cole, right? He says here, y'all goofy as hell and have no credibility, to be honest. Just Dick, Rod, and Kendrick. I told you you took the mask off. Just Dick, Rod, and Kendrick and anything that their fans push as narratives. I'm going to stop right there. How many times did Kendrick fans curse us out for saying something they didn't want us to say?
Times, bro. Especially me and
How
Mace.
many times, bro? Even up until recently with the boycott gate. As a podcast, we said we're not boycotting talking about Drake. And the Kendrick fans was fucking on our heads. Our niggas was throwing super chats to insult us, bro.
But he's the reason of what I was talking about earlier when you said that Cole was getting the slander. I'm like, nah, there's a lot of niggas like this dude out there. There's a lot of niggas that just fuck with Cole to that level.
It ain't more than what we see. Trust me. I'm not making that up.
There's a few of him.
Deanie, maybe you need to really start.
I gotta get
you gotta start really locking in, Dean, and seeing what the conversations is being had, so you can understand. Like Cole is in a bad spot.
Nasty work.
He has his fans who gonna go just like Drake. He has his fans and enough of them to carry him through. But as far as the perception, and the problem with the internet is, unlike the previous eras, the internet era perception overtakes reality. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Because niggas, just like us, niggas swear they know us. They don't know shit about us as a quartet.
Yeah.
But they swear what they see on the internet is what's going on. They know niggas.
Right.
Nah, that's perception, gang. You see me in the street, bro, I'm not jaw from the rap around. I'm just some nigga trying to get wherever the fuck I'm going. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
I continue on. I want to continue to read this shit. Goofy asses think I care. Damn. Y'all forgive him? Yes, because you're in. Every time we say something bad about Cole, you're here typing this shit. Yes!
It matters.
It matters. At this point, you're an angry woman in a relationship with us. You know what I'm saying? Bro, please. y'all would beg to interview that nigga and would fix your lips talking to who the fuck would have want to interview with J. Cole? But the difference is we've never called J. Cole pussy. We've never called him lame. I call him a buster, in the chat to piss you off. But the reality is, during that whole shit, he did some sucker shit.
Period.
And if I was in front of J. Cole, and y'all know me, I'm the most problematic one out of the four of us. Y'all have to talk me out of asking the question. I'd be, yo, Cole, like, what happened there? The family, we can't start the interview without asking that question. What are you talking about?
It's the elephant in the room, man.
What are you talking about? Even when we have interviews with artists and we don't know the artist, I'd be the first thing, like, what don't you want to talk about? That'd be the first question I ask niggas before the camera's cut on.
Yeah.
So that this whole idea that you got in your mind, because I know you're going to be in the comment section again on this pod because you see J. Cole in the title. Dick sucking ass, nut riding ass nigga. The reality is, and you need to be true to yourself, you're a super fan. You love J. Cole, and you want us to leave him alone. Just say that. Last but not least, hope all works well, though. Seems like y'all cutting your episodes in half, really. So he wrote this comment on a 3-hour episode.
Wow.
I don't got no more to say.
Everything you need to know right there.
A 3-hour episode, we cut it in half.
You know what, Jov? I did call J. Cole pussy. I did. But you know, I think AJ, you need to like broaden your social circle. Cause one thing about me is I feel like I could be AJ, right? I could be mad that niggas shit on Drake all day, but I gotta be around 3 niggas every week that you know what I mean, are not gonna let me just be in my feelings about this shit. They're not gonna let me get off stupid opinions, super fan opinions. Like, you need friends that aren't also Cole fans, I think. You know what I mean? In order for you to get outside of your little bubble right now, because you seem super offended.
You seem like you never talked in a barbershop before.
Right.
Again, I am the Jay-Z fan. From 2001 till right now, you know how many uncomfortable conversations I've had about Nas?
Yo.
Where
Especially
it's
on
like,
the
I got,
resurgence.
like, to the point, and I've told y'all all this pod, fucking, in my crib, fucking ethers on, and I'm like, yo, turn that shit off. In 2024, that happened.
Wow.
That's the one song that can't play in my crib is Ether, nigga.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna come on here and get mad if Sin want to talk 2 hours about Nas. I gotta eat that.
It is
I gotta
what it
eat
is.
it. So, like, you can't, like, this super fan mentality, and you think insults, I'm gonna sleep hella good, gang. When I first read it, I slept great that night. I don't care.
And it's wild projection. The projection is that we're on his nuts when it's like, you're kind of on his nuts, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda?
Heavily on his nuts, you know?
What we talking about?
Like,
But anyway, we are somewhere in New York City.
haha.
You know what I mean? The weather's kind of turning, but we all know that New York is a fall and spring type of city. We not a summer and a winter city, like not like how we fall and winter. Yeah. The fashion increases. Then you get to really separate the adults from the children when it comes to that. Good vibes, good bars, good. And in the fall and the spring, you can still be outside because it ain't too cold.
Right.
Somewhere in New York City, Cicera's outside. The vibe is right. 5 boroughs got their rings together. New York bias captain is here, and he needs you too.
Get off my lawn.
Get off Cicera's lawn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this lawn quick, even though there's several people that are on my lawn this time.
Several.
And I'm gonna throw the question out there to you guys to see if you know what these 3 people have in common. I want to kick, first of all, Nicki Minaj off of my lawn.
Oh wow, didn't expect that at all.
First and foremost, right? I'm not gonna explain why just yet. Second, I'm gonna kick 50 Cent off of my lawn. And third, this might shock some people, and I don't feel good about doing this, but I gotta kick Eric Sermon off of my lawn
What?
too.
Wow.
Oh, what?
So Nicki Minaj, 50
Wow,
Cent, Eric
bro.
Sermon, besides
That's
all
crazy,
being
bro.
from New York, what they got in common? Anybody?
That's
Like
From
for
Queens,
Jay-Z?
New York? I don't know.
Eric Sermon was from Long Island, I believe.
Yeah.
Is
close
it,
enough.
is it their political affiliations?
Is it some Trump?
There's some political stuff in there mixed in there, but not for all 3. Final answer:
Yeah.
Final answer.
they're all fucking with AI, and I can't like. I just
Nicki, I didn't know that. Wait, Nicki, I know 50 was doing some bullshit with Nicki fucking with AI.
now, the Nicki Minaj thing. I want to kick off my lawn first for her appreciation of some Donald Trump post that she felt so strongly about that she had to come out in support for Donald Trump. So there is a little bit of political stuff in there. But besides that, though, in her whole battle beef with Rock Nation and Jay-Z, she put out some videos, at least one video that I can recall right now, of it was an AI video of Jay-Z as a woman.
Yeah, I seen
I
that.
didn't see any of that.
Yeah, and he turns into different women. I seen
that
Right.
fucking
I seen the
lace
video.
front.
Shit, that it's just like you're
Insane
one
tweet.
of the most famous artists, one of the richest artists out there, and
So she can't make AI videos.
I'm just saying, like,
They're weird though.
to be to find it within yourself to have to be in a place where you have to make AI videos against whoever you are currently battling or currently arguing with, right? Or currently have some type of ill feelings towards, right? You have such a, I've always been a person that feels like artists, people who are in the public light, they should use their platforms for good, right? This is what you use your platform for, for pettiness and for arguing and for just all around negative energy, right? So Nicki Minaj, get the fuck off my lawn. Second, 50 Cent, very upset at the new New York mayor, right? Went and put up clearly an AI generated post of a tombstone of New York, because New York is apparently dead because Zoran Mamdani is now the mayor of New York, right? Now, 50 Cent, hyper capitalist, we all know that, so we all knew he was not a fan of Mamdani, but still, find something better to do with your time, and stop fucking with the AI. 50 Cent, get the fuck off my lawn.
Damn.
Then Eric Sermon, I found out just like yesterday, and I had to go look it up because it's not that, like, it showed up on my timelines, but I seen somebody had tweeted or X'd, is that what we're calling it now?
No, he got tweeted.
Nope.
Somebody had tweeted that Eric Sermon is doing shit with AI. And I'm like, word? I haven't seen nothing about that because it's not on my timelines or anything. We all know about the Timbaland shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked it up, and sure enough, there's a music video for a song with it's an Eric Sermon song with Method Man and Redman called "Look at Him," and he made an AI generated video with an AI generated Method Man and an AI generated, I believe, Redman also. I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the whole video. I know Redman was definitely AI generated. So anyway, and this just goes along with the shit Timbaland's doing, and I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. As much of a fan as I am of Ghostface Killer, I know Ghostface in his album rollout, Supreme Clientele 2, he was fucking with the AI shit too. You know what I mean? He put out some AI content, some AI videos. I need everybody to just leave that shit alone before it gets entirely too out of control. I know it's easy and I know it's cheap. And that's where people are gonna fall into the pitfalls of it. It's quick, easy, cheap. Everybody loves that. Everybody loves the microwavable meal. Everybody loves McDonald's. But if there's anything that we've been saying here at the Rap Round Table for the longest time, is that the best shit is the shit that takes time, the shit that you cook slowly, the shit that you put your heart and soul into. You know what I mean? Who wants McDonald's when you could get fucking you know, a beautiful ribeye steak from Del Frisco's. You know, go back to making steak. Beautiful, delicious, juicy steak. Stop going the route of fast food,
Easy
microwavable shit, McDonald's. Stop doing the easy shit. Leave this AI shit alone before it takes over the world, because this shit is fucking scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get the fuck off my lawn.
I don't got no more to add to that.
Facts.
He stuck the landing. This has been episode 136.
Yes, sir.
We yapped. We addressed some BS. We talked about the Grammys. We talked about what J. Cole's future could look like and how he can make it back into the good graces. We did a little bit of everything.
Facts.
Hell of an episode. We hope you enjoyed it, because we enjoyed recording it.
Salute.
Deanie, it's been a while.
Yeah, man.
Take us home, man.
Salute to each and every one of y'all who's viewing right now, whether you caught it live or you catching on the spin back. We love y'all like y'all love us. Remember, hit the like, share, subscribe. You heard my brothers, man.
Like and
swipe
swipe.
for the hype, man. You know the vibes, man. Macito, voice of the culture, keeping you apprised about everything that's going on. That's that guy right there. You hear the production. That man makes beats.
Holla at me.
Sincere the rap snob, you know what it is. Shout out to the hardest working man in show business, Jarvie, the motherfucking point guard. I'm Dean the Balance to the Force, your mother's favorite bitch. Holla at me. It's the Rap Roundtable, your favorite podcast. We coming for the game.
The king of the side missions,
share,
Deanie.
subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We love y'all.
Walt, we see you.
Salute. Walt the Great, you know the vibes.
Yes, sir.
My guy.
Put it down.